Hello, lovely souls. Welcome to the Conversation with MJ, where we are going to embark on a journey of connection, growth, discovery together. I'm your host, MJ, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this exhilarating ride through realms of inspiration, wisdom, and insight. So we're going to deep dive into the heart of what it means to live a fulfilling life, to pursue our passions, and to unlock our greatest potential. Each episode is a celebration of human connection and a testament to the power of authenticity and a reminder that we are all on this journey together. So get ready to be inspired, get ready to be empowered, and get ready to ignite your inner fire, because here at Conversations with MJ, the adventure never ends. So join us with every moment an opportunity to shine. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please leave a comment, and the show will be starting shortly. See you soon. Welcome. Good evening. Let me tell you something. I wasn't going to go live, but I decided to subscribe to this restream. It's something similar to StreamYard, and I like it because it has some new features in it. So I was like, why not? And then on top of that, it's a whole lot cheaper than StreamYard. So I think I should go ahead and check this out. But good evening, everyone. Good evening. So I know you see the title. Yeah. And it's going to get real. But I am going to be politically correct tonight, to the best of my abilities. Let's see. I have Nish in the building. Dark Lake Revive. How you doing, sir? And let's see who else. Oh, Chaz. How are you? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I didn't have anything planned, but I did want to say that I really do believe that Black YouTube is a hot fucking mess. Okay? I'm going to try to limit my cursing. But yeah, I really do believe that Black YouTube is a hot fucking mess in general. And I'll give you my reasons why. I see a lot of hypocrisy go on. Too much hypocrisy is in this space. And I know a lot of people say that this space is for fun, shits and giggles. You get to separate your real life from, and, join in your fantasy life or whatever you want to call it. But the simple fact is that you're doing it on a platform that has over 1 billion people on it. 1 billion people. Minister. Oh, that's Tattle. Hey, Tattle, how you doing? Welcome, sir. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Yeah, so you're doing this on a 1 billion viewer platform, okay? And a lot of stuff is just not good. And I'm just sorry. I'm going to have to just keep it 100 with you. Whether or not you want to just say, oh, this is just YouTube. Oh, this is just for shits and giggles. This is for, I just want to be on demon time here. Yeah, okay. You know that the internet remains supreme. you know that all of this is recorded and it's going to stay in the clouds, whatever cloud it is, whether it's an Apple cloud, a Microsoft cloud, a Dell cloud, Intel cloud. You know this is where it's going to stay. But nonetheless, we continue to act like degenerates. So what are the reasons why I decided to have this conversation? And don't worry, I will let people up to have a conversation with me tonight. Luckily, I am off tonight. That's the only reason, another reason why I'm doing it, because I had a very nice long week off, and I think I'll probably take a month off in August from my job just so I can do a little bit more, right? And I got it like that. So that's what I can do. But yeah, I had gotten a weird comment from someone. Don't know who this person is. Really doesn't matter. I've been getting a lot of comments from weird fucking people that I don't know for almost about like 3 weeks now. This person had an issue with me joining the panel to have an open conversation with SBG Sharon Bracey. And the first thing they said was, and I'm going to say it in my Shaniqua voice, right? Because I don't even have one, but I'm going to try. Why is this girl getting into this mess and drama? Girl, rolling her eyes. And I thought that was like the most stupidest thing that you could possibly say when, if you're all about someone not getting into quote unquote mess, then why didn't you ever ask that question to the host that you happily clicked on the link and went to their channel when they were speaking about a topic that was circulating in the space? You didn't ask that question to the host. You only specifically asked that question to me. And I'm thinking it's because of all the recent things that have been happening to the space. Oh, okay, correction, 2.4 billion. Okay, cool. Yeah, but I think it's because it was what was happening. I did try. I did try, Tato. I sure did. You seen that? It was hard. It was so hard. It was very, very hard. Very hard. But I tried. I did. But yeah, this person had the audacity to say something like that to me. And I was wondering, like, okay, so whatever happened that shouldn't have even been public, but it was public, it is what it is. Now I can't even participate on the panels with people that I feel comfortable participating on the panels with due to a situation that happened. Like, if you don't go take a chill pill, or I don't want to say, because I'm gonna be good. But yeah, please go take a chill pill and sit down and stop thinking that your opinions actually matter to anyone or everyone. Like, honestly, it's right now, it's just like so fucking sickening. I just don't understand. You have opinion, fine. So what? You don't have to be there. If my presence is a problem, if you see me, see your way out. Hit the exit. It's just that simple. It's an X on top of whatever apparatus you're using, your phone, the platform, the computer, whatever you're using. Hit the X if you don't want to see me. But for you to simply have this audacity to think that I'm not supposed to have any commentary on what's going on, like any regular individual that's on YouTube, you must be out your mind. You have to literally be bonkers, right? But another thing is just the hypocrisy of it. We have everything is upside down when I look at Black YouTube. What I notice is that a lot of people are not really mad or really concerned about the degeneracy that goes on and take place in the space that sometimes trickle down into real life. They don't really care. And a lot of people also believe that they're in great control of how they act and conduct themselves online, that it does not creep into their real life. We all know that that is a lie. And you are being foolish if you think that you are separating your internet life from your real life. You will undoubtedly mix those two, because if you're literally dealing with online, and most everything is online on the internet, and then also your real life, and we have now brung relationships, dating, friendships, business, we done brung all these things online that used to be in our household, that used to be in our bedroom, that used to be in our community, in our vicinity, now is literally online to be judged and on display for billions and billions of people. Billions, right? So for you to believe that you think that the way how you conduct yourself online is not trickling down into your home, not trickling down into how you, I would say, how you handle yourself when it comes down to society, you're poorly mistaken. Even I have learned lingo in this internet space that I have caught myself sometimes saying it out loud outside. And people who are not involved within the space, or who are not followers, or don't follow YouTube, they don't have subscriptions, or they're not even a content creator themselves, have even asked me like, what are you talking about? What's this? What's that? What's that word? What the hell is that? Right? So we know that this does creep into our real life. But my thing is what is the big deal with the Black community wanting to be as degenerate as they possibly can? What is the real big kick out of it? Why is that your goal? In fact, why is that the only avenue of you getting resources? Because it seems the more degenerate you are online, the more people pay for you to continue to act that way. And you realized it. We all realized, we all seen it. The clowner you are online, the more views or the more resources, money, that's what I mean by resources, that you get. Why can't it be different? I wanted to ask that. Like, why does we always fall back on just doing the most? Doing the most. And then we'll have fake conversations and fake discussions and debates and things of that sort that are regurgitated information, right? We'll have these conversations over and over and over again. I don't want us to be pegged this way. I don't want us to look this way. I don't want our women to look this way. I don't want our men to look this way. This is not us. They don't speak for us. But yet, we support it. I don't conduct myself this way, but we support it. Any chance that we get, we support it. And then you are called a hater, or you're called someone who is jealous, someone who is petty or spiteful, if you are the one who call it out. If you call it out and you say, you know what, I'm not doing this, I'm not rocking with this, this is not cool, don't support this, don't support that. In fact, now you are a hater because you're trying to take money out of somebody's pockets, right? So if we're not supposed to call out bad behavior because we don't want to have people suffer from their I would say secondary income. I hope this is not people's main income, but secondary income, I'll call it that. If this is your secondary income that helps you get by or just extra so you can take more trips at the end of your year, that becomes more important than the big issue at hand. It's funny because I've been around in this particular space, because before I was on YouTube for 5 years. And I've been on a few people's channel, but mainly I was like dealing with the argument lead and the debate league online. I was dealing more with the health and beauty section online per se. I only been in this sector of Blktube for, I'll say, about almost a year. And for what I've seen from almost a year of being in this space, it is demonic. It's pure demonic. Toxic. Toxic beyond all measures. Hey, Robin, how you doing, darling? Yes, I'm checking this out. I'm on Restream. It's something similar like StreamYard. So I'm trying to get in it. Yes, Robin, this place is full of zombies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Toxic, demonic zombies. And the bad thing about it is I don't really think they know. I really don't think they know how they are perceived from outside people who are not in the space, who don't know the lingo, who don't really know what's going on, and they just viewing your shit for the very first time. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yes. A lot was revealed. Absolutely. And the biggest takeaway that I have seen from that situation was, yeah, people don't have any morals. There is no real standard, or there is no real boundaries when it comes down into this space. Now, I know a lot of people was talking about me, but girl, you didn't have no boundaries and you ain't have no standards, or what the fuck you talking about? Listen, okay? There is supposedly, from what I've heard, a sort of standard and boundary within this place, in this space. And I have seen that particular boundary and standard broken every single time. And I have seen other people get crucified for breaking that standard, and then other people would be received grace. So even you're not even fair when it comes down to, how you feel people are supposed to conduct themselves business-wise, personal-wise, or just sharing the space in general, right? It's quite alarming. Very alarming. Yes, absolutely. Robin, that was like one of the biggest things that I've learned so far. That is one of the biggest things I learned so far. These women are no different. A lot of these women, not all, but a lot of these women are no different than the men that they talk about. They're no different than the men that they say they don't want. They're no different than the men that they say they have issues with. Hey, Kimfo, thank you for coming. Let's see. Robin said, I learned people who tend to hold people to their past, don't give people grace, tend to not give themselves grace. I think that's true too. Sometimes I think that a lot of this is just projection. right? A lot that we see in the space is a lot of projection. We are the kings and queens of gaslighting, hands down. Like, oh my God, can Black YouTube please stand the fuck up? Kings and queens of gaslighting. Kings and queens. We will gaslight a human being to oblivion and beyond. We would gaslight them, knowing that we would literally turn around and go to somebody else's channel and give all flowers and grace of doing the exact same thing. And literally, you will say, somebody will say that to a person like, yo, didn't I just see you at such and such channel getting in this person's shit? Now you at another person's channel doing this, and you don't got no smoke, you don't got nothing to say for this person? And they will say, no. What it is context. Everything got to be in context. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I'm acting this way toward this way. The main context is that what you like is what the person that you like will always give grace from the person that you don't like. And that's just the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, a lot of people and most people are biased. Some are biased consciously, and a lot are biased subconsciously. That is what we're seeing. That is exactly what we're seeing. So Kim Folk said, this space will gaslight you if you are not a part of the eco chamber. Amen to that one. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the funny thing about it is, Kim Folk, they will gaslight their own followers. They'll gaslight their own followers and viewers. Sometimes they believe that their content, they believe that their viewers and audience are really dumb. You got to pay attention to some content creators, because they will really talk to their viewers as if they are illiterate and autistic. And I hate to say it, but this is how they talk to them. And it's like, sometimes I'll sit back and I'll be viewing in the clouds, and I'm like, do these people not know that this person is disrespecting them? Do these people do not know that they are actually calling you stupid, and you're sending a $2 fucking cash app or a super chat, and they're telling you that you're dumb? Thank you, dummy. Thank you for giving me the cash app. Let's see. Robin says, we are asking people to extend grace to people when they don't even like themselves or even give themselves grace. This is true. That is true. That is true. But then again, the reason why they don't give grace, because they don't have grace for themselves, is because they experienced that. They experienced at a time where they were not given grace. Like, at one point, for example, at one point, even Nish, right? Nish, and he said they like who they like, and it's levels. Yes, that is correct. Even one point, Nish, when I actually started coming into the space, he had a higher following at that time. People liked hanging out with him. He was like the uncle of the space and everything. It was good to have him on channels and panels and stuff. And even his fan base have slowed down dramatically. And I know he probably doesn't care, because that's just how Nish is. But you will ask yourself, why? What did Nish do that would make his fan page be like, I don't want to go check out Nish right now. I'm going to go over to this place, whatever not. And some people would say, well, maybe because he's not talking about the things that necessarily people in the space want to talk about. I beg to differ because I watch Nidus channel all the time. And I like the way how he breaks down what he sees going on in the space, but he breaks it down for you to actually learn from it, not just to just go overview. Actually, what did you understand about this part that just happened? How can you actually learn from it? And I enjoy that. I really do. Yeah, it took away a lot of the effery. Yeah, I know it did. I know you happy about that. I know you somewhat happy about that, but still, nonetheless, you would think that you're someone who's of older age. You're someone who was married. You lost your wife, and like I said, always condolences. But that was the love of your life, right? The love of your life. And you have a lot of wisdom just being your age and the things that you experience. You would think that people will want to gravitate to learn certain things that you have learned over the decades of living. But no, we can literally have someone who have not experienced anything really, still wet behind the fucking ears, technically, when it comes down to anything in life. And people will gravitate and eat every word that comes out of their mouth. Literally. It's crazy. Let's see. King Folk. The favorite could be getting dragged with information during a debate, but they will still say that person is cooking. Yes, absolutely. 100%. 100%. And I noticed that too. Like, if you're the fave, your fan base is going to ride or die for you regardless. Doesn't matter if you're talking shit out your ass. Doesn't matter if you can be 100% wrong. They are riding for you wherever. They can know themselves that, nah, this motherfucker's wrong. And they will still say, nope, he's right, because nobody's going to say nothing. I'm going to be here and I'm going to support. And I'm going to support wherever they do. And it is what it is. This is the team. That's what it is. Hey, Flora. Thanks for coming, darling. Oh, matter of fact, let me drop the link. I'm sorry, guys. I'm over here still like trying to figure this out, but I can drop the link and all this stuff now. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. I didn't like StreamYard. I like Restream. This is a whole lot better. The setup is far more better, and I like how they have it set up and you can really understand it. It's better. It's absolutely better. So Flora, if you want to come up, darling, you can, because you also have experience a lot within this space, and I will definitely love to hear your perspective on a couple of things. But yeah, it's a lot of hypocrisy that's just going on in this space. And I really do believe that y'all are your own fucking problem. Honestly. You are your own problem. People want to think that you ghetto. All they have to do is just turn on Black YouTube. People want to think that y'all conniving and scammers and all the shit. Just click on YouTube. Click on IG. Click on any fucking platform. And there's always a prime example. Always a prime example that will show, yeah, we are degenerate and we're going to hell in a fucking handbasket. That's what we see. This is what we see all the time. I rarely see any good things now. Rarely. So you can like, y'all, I don't know, like I don't know what y'all want. I don't know what y'all want. Matter of fact, I haven't even heard anybody even mention about what the hell we are actually going to do when election day comes. Oh, do I got somebody in? Y'all. Let's see. Bella. you doing, darling? Let me get you up in here. Hey.
Hello?
You don't have to be, you don't have
Can
to
you
be
hear
on
me?
camera if you want to. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell. This is very different than
I
StreamYard.
know, I know, I know. How you doing, darling? How
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm good. You made a really good point when I was just entering the chat. Sorry, I'm gonna go where Shrek is not playing in the background. Um
Shrek.
but you made a really good point about how people are just gonna kind of show up for their faves and they're not gonna challenge them. They're just gonna literally you know, just uplift anything that their fave says. Like it's really to a point of like cult behavior. It's not really normal anymore. Um,
Yes, it is.
yeah.
I totally agree. It's not normal anymore. And this is why it's quite scary to me because I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God. Like I was literally in somebody's channel and the person was saying nothing, but everything was so incorrect. It was just very bad information. And nobody in their chat called it out. Nobody. So it's like, what are we doing? Are we just or are we just gonna be like, yeah, go ahead, yeah, and then be like, well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to do the opposite where I know it's right outside. But I don't mind you as my fave looking like a fucking idiot, and then me as your subscriber looking like a fucking idiot in the chat online. Because it doesn't matter because it's just the internet. It's just illusions, right?
Right. You know, the sad part is that a lot of these bandits have come to find a home on the internet. You know, they feel safe with the rest of these bandits who, you know, sort of agree with them. I actually really like this little platform you got going.
You should
Restream?
try it. It's cheaper than StreamYard.
Girl, I like it. It's giving 2024, you know? I like it.
Yes, yes. They have a whole new, like a whole bunch of updates and stuff. And like I said, it's so much cleaner and understanding to work this. I love it. It's really good.
Yeah. It's actually kind of sad though, like you know, that these dudes come here and this is the first time that they've been accepted, or at least it appears that way. I don't know how true that is. I don't want to shame them. You know,
Hmm.
they're tired of that, but this really does seem like the first time that they've been liked, you know, part of something bigger than themselves, so they'll believe, you know. And that's more than just me trolling, right? Because I love to troll them. But what
Right.
else do you say to somebody who's saying nothing?
Right. You know, I do believe that some people, when they do come on YouTube specifically, uh, they have not, they don't have a voice outside. And it speaks levels because it's the way, it's the certain mannerisms of how they act, even when they even come on the panel to even have a conversation or to, or to make a statement, the way how they even do it lets me know that they don't really get heard from, or their opinions doesn't really matter when it's where it really counts, like outside people don't really actually pay attention to anything that they're saying, right?
Right.
Because it seems like they're always seeking a form of validation. You can hear it in the tone of their voice. You can also hear it with the type of words and phrases that they use, that they're seeking validation for someone to type in the chat or the hostess to say, you are right, you're on
Yep.
it, boom, you got it, dog, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just waiting. They're just waiting for it. It's just crazy to me. Like
Not
seriously.
you got it, dog.
No, I'm dead. It is like they're just waiting for it. Like they just like that aha moment. You
Yep.
got it. Aha. Like it's crazy. It's insane. Wait, let me see. So shout out to Miss Denover. Thank you for coming, and I appreciate you, ma'am. And Lena Love, darling, thank you for coming. As always, you are a big supporter of mine. I appreciate you. So, what do you think about what has happened for the past couple of weeks? Let's start from that because I know there's a lot. We don't have to get into details, you know what I'm saying? But I know it was a lot that was going on with you. I know there was a lot that was going on with me. I know there was just a lot that was just going on in this Blktube space. So, in a nutshell, give me one word. What would you call this?
Incel rage is what I'll call it. I know that's a two-part word, but the undesirables of the men, they're getting louder and louder. And I did a stream about it. Nobody took it serious. About 300 people showed up for that one. But
Mhm.
I did a stream about some older men actually talking about the crisis today, where these men don't even have friends. So forget a woman, some of them have no real true friends, right? Imagine going throughout your life, nobody ever tells you that what you're doing is weird, that you're coming across out of line, outside of your parents. So you really have this deviant mindset where you just think you can do no wrong. And I think
Right.
that this group of men is getting louder and louder. And our situations were just kind of an example of that. Now, I don't want to speak to anything that went on with you, but I can tell you this: a lot of these men have antisocial personality disorder, and I
Absolutely.
just I just think they don't know how to integrate, and so they're going to cause a lot of damage because they can in one breath be one thing, and then the next breath they flip overnight. These bandits are very dangerous, but also what black people love to do, and specifically in this sector, is just kick people down. So it's like
Mhm.
when they do see a man who's trying to go against whatever weird grain that they're on, now it's attack mode. So, I mean, I
Yeah,
just see incels.
that's one of the things. It's funny because I see that with not only men do that, but the women in the space do that too. Because that's I have experienced that on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Men and women. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's funny because it was a couple of people who actually did like a live stream talking about that, right?
Yeah.
So like for example, I think Auntie, shout out to Auntie. When it came down to my experience, it wasn't to talk about necessarily about the relationship or whatever not. He was calling to pass the whole sisterhood. He was like, wait a minute, sisterhood, where are y'all? Why, if you see this woman hurting, why are you going to get a knife and a bat to beat her down even more instead of actually trying to help her and uplift her? That's what he was saying. So he did a whole live stream talking about the sisterhood and shit. But
But
then
the
even
thing about, do you believe that a sisterhood can exist in a male dominated space where the only women who get
absolutely
praised are
not. No,
mammies?
and that's what I have actually learned. Like any form of sisterhood, a sister circle in a male dominated space is not going to happen. Like at the end of the day, it seems that we I'll say we will automatically turn into mammyism just because we're in that space. Because then now it becomes a competitive, like, a competition now, right? Whether or not, if you're not even interested in anyone, that doesn't mean that you're interested in dating anybody. You will still fight for validation from any of these men in the space, for them to not say nothing bad about you, not call you out your
Well,
name.
now what you're speaking to, MJ, right? Just for a little bit of smoke, not towards you, but towards the idea of the sisterhood, is
Mhm.
where I will say that I think that who those who know, those who don't will continue to be used as a nut rag, sorry for my explicit language, by the space. It just is what it is, because at the end of the day, these men don't respect anybody unless that, like, look at how many people let me sit there and troll the hell out of them just because I had no respect for the stupid mammy, idea that they wanted us to love so badly. The difference is I never got kicked out of anywhere for sounding how I did. Now they're gonna say they hate me, but they let me troll like a mother back in the day. So
I
it's
mean,
just,
according to them, the reason why you were able to troll and they allowed you to troll because it kept the chat spicy, it kept the channel spicy, it brought viewership, especially when they
mhm.
got even more information or intel on you about your personal life. Now also becomes content, which is the
Yep.
weirdest thing to me, right? Why are you taking people's personal fucking lives and making it content? Are is really are you know are Are you a celebrity? I don't know. Did I see
I
you
didn't
in?
think I was. Listen, it
I
wasn't
didn't
until I
know.
came
I
on
guess you in
YouTube.
17 or something. Like the way sometimes the people, how these people talk about situations and they take people personal life and they make it content. You would think that we we were celebrities, like everybody knew our name. Like, do they even understand how small the sector is? The sector is literally about what, 5,000 people, give or take 5,000 people. It's very small, and the reason why it's very small is because y'all are not going to grow being degenerates. You're not going to branch out into the rest of YouTube sectors or even make this one bigger by being degenerate. At the end of the
Look
day,
at how Fight Club turned out, because they gave those bandits an inch and they took a mile and started talking about marrying minors. I know no one wants to admit that. But at the end of the day, those type of antics and the fact that you could trace it back to Fight Club is the reason why quote unquote Fight Club don't even exist. And I mean, not for nothing, but these are impressionable bandits. You know, we called them bandits. Now they call themselves bandits. You know, it's just sad.
that is, yeah, that is sad. I didn't think about that. They do call themselves bandits now, so that's kind of weird. Like, I thought you hated that name. Why take it on, right? So let me just give a shout out to Sir. I I don't want to mispronounce your names, but Obayu, how you doing? Good evening, sir. And then we have Joshua is in the building. How are you? Thank you for coming, sir. I appreciate it. And then we have Kimfo said, Flora came on Fight Club scene and dragged. She was a Cynthia G for me, dragging these bandits, and they hated it. Right, right. Well, see, I don't really know about the Fight Club. I heard about the Fight Club, and for what I'll tell you, I know a lot of people miss it, but the people who actually miss it is people who are toxic. I from what I heard from
That's true.
from what I heard about it, I would have missed nothing like that. Absolutely not.
No, it was sick. You know, to think about that topic of minors being able to even come up in a space where grown men are talking. It's just a little sick to me. I don't know.
It's bad, right? Because there is a time and place for certain topics, right? Certain type of discussions. And even the way how you present it matters, especially if you're going to have that topic publicly, right? Somewhere where people who don't know you, don't really know what you're about, don't really know your ideology, is going to take it and they're going to rip it apart and dissect and judge every little bits of it, where they're not going to really understand where you're coming from. So, like I said, even with these conversations, some of these conversations should be done offline, right? Now, I know most of these people have discords, their own discords. Most of these people have their own little group chats, whether it's on IG, Facebook, whatever. Have those conversations there. I don't think that every controversial conversation should be on platforms where everybody can have visibility. I don't know any wealthy people or angel investors or all of that. I don't know them being online having those type of conversations when they're making moves, changing your infrastructure in your towns and your cities and your states, and talking to your alderman and your president, your local president. They're not having those conversations amongst you where you can see that. Where are they having that? They're having that behind closed doors. And what they have a city
Right.
hall or a council hall where they have you ask them questions, or you get to express your grievances, and they walk on and have their merry little life, because truly they already set their plan up of what they was going to do anyway before you even got invited to the table.
Right, but also let's think about just their locker room talk. They have these type of conversations too, but why would they put it on the internet where anybody who knows them can access it? That's the thing that didn't really make a lot of sense here, is the arrogance with the cult-like environments, is that they really truly think they're untouchable at
Yeah,
some point,
I
which
think
is
that's
sad.
the problem, and I mean that's why I've been in the work speaking with a YouTube representative, because there's a lot of stuff that I believe that they still allow on YouTube that should not be allowed. That's what I truly do believe that. I do think that they're really trying to go as far, like see as far as they can go before they can actually get, any repercussions from it, right? And if you want a more I guess safe or healthy environment and community, right, of course it's going to start with us first, but they need to have more of a hands-on. I know a lot of content creators are saying that YouTube is stricter now and more limited now. I don't think so. I think that YouTube is more stricter when it comes to us as a Black community, because I have numerous of channels, right? This is not my only channel. I have ghost channels that I do very well on for years. One of my ghost channel, I seen something come up in my notification, is this Thailand woman who's punani, she's butt naked, punani out on YouTube, and her whole stream is all about sexual endeavors. Wait a minute. YouTube, I thought nudity was a problem. I thought, showing what's going on. So I'm like, what is going on here? So I'm seeing things like this. So I'm like, wait a minute. So YouTube already have their own sector and category where they allow that stuff. Pornography or a very explicit type of sex art. Y'all have that stuff. So when people are talking about they had their shirt off and they got a strike for community guidelines and stuff like that, it seems like they're literally targeting certain communities that's on YouTube, because there is other YouTube communities that is getting away with all that degenerate stuff. All of that degenerate stuff. Like, for example, you've seen content creators get strike for using somebody's property and it's like copyrighted or whatever, not like, or you want to play a music or a video or something like that. How come we have a whole bunch of content creators that's not a part of certain communities that their whole channel is on the basis of reviewing other people's music videos, other people's shows and stuff like that, and yet they don't get striked? So why is that happening? How is that even being allowed? So again, it's like when it comes down to YouTube, I guess they showing grace for some communities and no grace for others. Maybe it's off the basis of how we conduct ourselves. I don't want to make it like a discrimination thing or a race thing or whatever not, but maybe it could be on the basis of how we conduct ourselves, and also the serious situations that have came out of our sectors. Like, we cannot pretend that we have not had rapists, serial killers, and all that, prostitution, all that, trafficking, all that have not come out of our sector. Active shooters or not, we have had all of these come out of this particular sector. There is a reason why, federal government is overseeing your sector heavily more than other sectors. So we cannot be naive to that. There's a reason behind that. It's not just because we're Black. There's a reason behind that. So let's see. Robin says, but all the doxing was attached to karma. People losing their channels left and right. Well, see, here's the thing about that, Robin. That doxing thing is just it's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. I can't wait until they actually make it a federal crime to dox a person, because doxing, the way how people are utilizing that information, is not protected under the Privacy Act or the Freedom of Information Act. and I am a certified Privacy Act and Freedom of Information Act monitor. So yes, I can't wait until it's actually legal and federal charges that comes on when it comes to doxing. It's not there yet, but I definitely think that it needs to happen, because when you are searching and looking for information on people, which you have the right to, but it cannot be for malicious intent. And once it's found to be for malicious intent, it should be dealt accordingly. It should. That's just what it is. You can feel however you want to feel about it, but that's just what it is. Kim Folks says, I'm trying to go the way of Yanni. I'm inspired and I will be going into that space. I'm manifesting sponsorships, collaborate. Yes, darling, manifest it. Manifest that. And Yanni is great. I love Yanni. As you know, I'm a moderator for Yanni's channel. I love Yanni. She's great. She has improved dramatically. I've been around her for a very long time, and her mindset and focus on life is very very admirable, and I really do appreciate it. I really do. So yeah, you go ahead and do it. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. You know, I think that you would do very well, Kinfolk. Very, very well. Because you're opinionated, you're spontaneous, and you also a fellow Aries like me and Yanni. So why not? Why not? Yes. Yes, yes, Robin. She is so smart. Yanni is so smart, and she is her discernment is on point. And the funny thing about it is, this is something that was it's not something that she just naturally had. She also had to develop it, because if you actually knew Yanni's story from way back, she was having problems. She didn't understand why she wasn't getting what she wanted, and why, you know, she was also confused like many other people in this world, like why things are not working, especially when you're listening to too many people and they're giving you bad or poor information. Oh yeah, no problem. Don't. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Flora. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Thanks
Thanks.
for
I didn't
coming.
want to interrupt, but thank you. I'll see you
No,
later.
no, yeah, no problem,
Bye.
sweetheart. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah. So I enjoy her. It was a growing. She went through a growing spurt, right? And the more that she learned, and the more that she started to get one with herself, she was able to flourish. She's glowing. She's beautiful. She adjusted so many things in her life, and I think that's important, right? Because we always tend, especially when we're in an information world, we always tend to take too much information in, right? And we think, yes, being knowledgeable is always a great thing, but actually applying some of the things that you're knowledgeable about into your life might not necessarily be for your best interest. And I think that we need to get serious about that. We need to really be aware about what we're actually intaking in. And if it's not providing the results that you want, it might be time for you to scrap it. It definitely was. It might be time for you to scrap it. Let's see. Flora said, while she's eating, I love that a lot of us try to support and not hate. That's a beautiful thing, no matter how little it is. Absolutely, Flora. I do my best to try to support people. I try my best to not be biased. I know that I probably might have been biased, but I try my best not to. I do try to support people as much as possible. And one thing I always appreciate from people is being genuine and authentic. I have realized that in the space, that's very rare. That's rare and a unique thing. Because it's been explained to me that in this space, everything is about money. Get that money, ho. Get that money, bandit, dude, whatever. Get that money, right? It doesn't matter. Just get the money. Don't talk. Just get the money. or talk as much as you want, but get that money. And I don't know. For me, I don't live my life like that. I'm sorry, not sorry. I don't have to live my life that I have to do anything for money. I don't. I don't really think that is wise to. I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. Me, and that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with that. Not asking you to. I just don't think it's worth it. There's a lot, you can lose a lot more of yourself if money is your God. And what I see a lot of times, money is a lot of people God in this space. It's their God, yo. Like, y'all pray to money before anything. You will literally, you won't even bless your significant other, your mate, your spouse, or even kiss your kids on the forehead before you think about that almighty dollar. They will come last before that. And that's just crazy to me. It really is. It's just crazy to me. But to each his own. If that's what's benefiting for you, good luck. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people will sell their souls for money. I noticed people kept bringing up Anton's money and completely dismissing how he handled people. You know, it's funny because those particular type of people think that money make you. They think that money make you, and it don't. Money don't make you. What money just shows who you are. It can highlight who you are really. Right? Because you have a lot of people. Haven't we seen, I think there was so many movies and stuff like that. But there was one movie. Matter of fact, let me bring up the Temptations. Yeah, Temptations. Think about David Ruffin, right? When he came on to the Temptations, before they actually became the Temptations, he was humble as pie. Humble. Seemed like a very church-going boy, had a soulful voice. Everybody adored him. He looked like, he always looked geeky and stuff, right? And he was very humble, appreciative to join the Temptations, sing with them, all that. And then when money started finally coming into the Temptations, he changed. But did he really change, or did he just reveal who he really was? I believe he just revealed who he really was. Yeah, he always been a drug addict. He probably had a drug problem way before even joining the Temptations. He just didn't have enough money. Right? Him acting like he was the star of the show and that everybody was his underlings. He probably felt that way before because everybody been praising him since he was younger. Oh, you have the great voice. You have a great voice. Sing that, baby. Sing that song. These are things that he already had in him. The money just made him free enough to express it to more than one person. To express it and deal with people in a certain kind of way, because he had of it. It shows you who you are. It really does show you who you are. Kimfo said, MJ, I want to see you on Themis. You know what's so funny? I used to be on Themis's panel. I did. About a year and a half ago, I was on Themis's panel. I do enjoy Themis. I really do. I think that he is talented. I think that his perspective of things, he's very fair. I do enjoy his commentary. I really do. Let's see. Hi, DB. How you doing? Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Let's see. She said, Kimfo says, I can only go by the movie, and you're right. Right, yeah. That is true. She said he knew he was the best thing smoke. Yeah, exactly. He knew it. He definitely knew it. Let's see. He knew he was better than Paul and Eddie. Otis and Mel wasn't on nothing compared to the David Ruffin. Yeah. Yeah. He did know. He did know. And he took advantage of it. But like I said, the money brung it out more of his narcissism, right? It brung it out more to the point where he didn't feel like he had the answer to anyone. Everybody had to wait on him. Everybody was at his beck and call. Nothing was going to move without him. And him being humble and appreciative of joining the group went right out the window. He forgot when you was a solo artist, nobody was messing with you. You didn't get known until you got into the Temptations, and then after that, since you made your name in the Temptations, that's when you went solo, you was able to thrive. But you didn't start out that way. Let's see. Sophia, how you doing? She said, MJ, you know they just play games, play along and feel no. Well, see, here's the thing. This is not particularly this stream is not particularly about anybody. This is about the space. I don't care less about whatever anybody else got going on. It's just only about the space. This is not particularly about anybody. I just feel that the hypocrisy and the degeneracy of the space is toxic and is doing a disservice for the community, period. Literally the community online. You're not helping. You're not helping make our image better at all. That's just what's happening. Let's see. Let's stop feeling guilty for supporting fakers. Well, it's not about feeling, guilty, because I don't feel guilty for me wanting to support. I support because I want to support. Whether or not the person ends up being fake or whatever, it is what it is. People are not a monolith. You have to learn and grow anyway. But never will I ever feel bad about supporting anybody that eventually I find out that they're not my cup of tea. I just support it. Let's see. Oh, Champion Feminist, thank you for coming. Good evening. Good evening. Let's see. Yes, thank you. Let's see. MJ, we can't win for losing. Yeah, I guess that's true. Let's see. How did you help? How did you help? Tony Golden. Please, explain. When did I say I help anything? Please explain. Go ahead and I'll give you a chance to explain yourself. Please tell me how you helped. Anyway, let's see. I don't feel comfortable supporting anyone. The men turn against you and the women are almost worse. I'm pulling my support. It's sad when it gets to that point. And see, this is what I'm talking about too, Sophia, right? Because you want to support the men, you want to support the women. But then you see that if you get out of line or you're not following the code or the mold or whatever is going on, then now you become the target of the target of their vitriol, right? And you'll feel it and you'll get the brunt of it. And then that doesn't make you want to support anymore. Because, honestly, I don't even understand why do anybody even think that it's even fun being in this space. Y'all gotta be really fucking toxic motherfuckers to think that the shit that's going on in these channels and stuff like that is fun. Let's see. I don't know, MJ. You may create an actual safe space for some of us ladies to feel comfortable to come to even join the panel and don't explain shit. Yeah, let me tell you something. There is a lot of spaces that is very safe spaces, right? People have their safe space. I will definitely want people, women and men, to feel that my space is a safe space, right? I am not here to drag anyone. I'm not here to drag anyone. I'm not here to call out, and I'm not here to do that controversial crap. That's never been my space. My space has always been for me to have conversations because I love conversations, and it's just to also give informative things. And we learn together because honestly, I don't know fucking everything. Absolutely not. And I never, ever wanted to present myself like I do, like a know-it-all. That's never been what I wanted to present myself, right? Because I don't know it all. But I wanted to have genuine conversations. I wanted to genuinely learn from individuals, learn from different walks of life, different experiences that I might not have experienced, or things that you might not have experienced. That's what I actually want. So I would love for people to feel that this is a safe space, that you don't have to worry about getting dragged. You don't have to worry about someone, I guess gossiping in a way. Like, you don't have to worry about none of that stuff right here. If you just want to just have a laid back, just enjoy the commentary, maybe learn a little something, then this is the space. That's it. She said, yeah, that's exactly how it works. Yeah, and it does. It does work like that. Let's see. Flora says, a lot of these mammies just wanted to be the popular one, believe that. But that's what happens when you're in a male dominant space. Eventually, they will get every woman to fall in line and to compete whether they wanted to or not. That's just as simple as that. Because that's how men operate. Whether they do it purposely or unintentionally, they operate in that they will put women in position where whether or not you don't even want to be with them, but you're in some way somehow you're competing for them. Some way somehow you're competing for their attention. You're competing for them to give you grace. You're competing for them for acknowledgement, whatever it is. This is how these men move, especially when they're surrounded by a lot of women. Let's say I can't even seem to. Oh, all right. Let's see. Can us ladies get a wrench? Can us ladies get a wrench? Flora, Sophia, Champion Fitness, even me. Yeah, I gotta see. I'll figure it out. I have to figure out how to give wrenches. I don't think I could do it through Restream. I might have to do it through YouTube. I might have to do it through YouTube because right now I'm on Restream's studio doing this right now. I'm not actually on YouTube, so I'll figure that out. Well, trust me, Kim, I'll try to figure that out. Let's see. All right, as always, Joshua with the hit the like, subscribe, smash the like button, share. Appreciate it. Let's see. Sophia says, I'm withholding my support. Content creators in this space aren't friendly and let you know they don't care for your contributions. So I'm canceling memberships and not paying at all. Sophia, darling, you do exactly what you need to do, right? At the end of the day, it is your hard-earned money. There is so many people outside of YouTube who will appreciate your support and your donations, and also see that you're genuinely giving your money because you want these people to be successful, whether or not if you really align with them or not, because you don't have to align with someone to only support them. Like, there's people that I support that I don't align with at all. But I do, however, see that they're trying, and I appreciate good work ethic. And that is what I support. Good work ethic when I see it. Let's see. She said, let's see. Champion said, oh no, Chaz says you have to do it through you. Yeah, see, I got to do it through YouTube. Thank you, Chaz. I appreciate it. Let's see. The content creators let you know they don't care. Yeah. A lot do. And this is why I said about us being self-aware about certain things. You have to know when someone is really playing you, right? Playing. And you have to realize when to bow out. You have to realize to take that walk, right? And not be afraid to do it either. Because a lot of people will put fear in your heart about you dipping, saying, oh, you're acting like a child. Well, at the end of the day, this is Black high school. This is Black YouTube high school. That's going to be the new name when I rechange the title. We're going to call it Blktube High. Because everybody, a lot of people in this space act nothing but a bunch of fucking kids. You act like fucking middle school people. Your understanding of the world, your understanding of situations is so remedial, it's ridiculous. Let's see. He said, you got to give some of us a chance. We ain't all bad. No, that's what I'm saying, Chaz. It's not about all y'all being bad. And see, like I said, this is only for the ones who is for. This is not for every single person. Because not every single person is, is a bandit or a bandita or a problem maker or, you know what I'm saying, a problem starter, an instigator. Like, we know not everybody is like that. But the ones who are, I'm just calling it like it is. It's fucking YouTube high. You're a fucking high schooler. You're a high schooler. And I can literally, me not knowing a damn thing about your life, I can really see how your fucking life probably is offline. Just by how you act online, I could tell a lot about how you maneuver on the outside. Let's see. So Joshua says, I'm sorry you had to experience that. They don't deserve your support. Yeah, Joshua, it's like I said, we know that some people don't deserve support, and we know that some people get more support than others, and that's just the ickiness when it comes down to this YouTube high space, right? Because it's literally a fashion show in some form or fashion. You remember how back in the days, and I'm kind of older, but back in the days, everybody and their mama had to have a JanSport, right? And if you didn't have a JanSport with all those little tie things on your zipper, you wasn't cool. If you didn't have the freshest Air Force Ones or some Jordans or the broccoli, what is it called? Beef and broccoli fucking Timberlands, because I'm from New York. But if you didn't have these things, you weren't cool. You wasn't a part of the cool clique, whatever not, right? That's how it was in high school. And I see it here. I see it here every fucking day. I see it here. It's so tiring. So tiring. I call it YTHS, aka YouTube High School. We have jocks, cheerleaders, nerds, baddies. Yeah, we do. Blurties, all that shit. Absolutely. I totally agree. It is YouTube High. It's YouTube High. Ah, Lord. Let's see. Sophia says, I was supporting everyone. I'm canceling memberships left and right. Sophia, darling, do exactly what you need to do, right? Because it's all about keeping is keeping your peace and keeping your peace and keeping your composure, right? Do not let this space change you. And the funny thing is, I have seen this space change a lot of people. I have. I've seen the space change a lot of people. In fact, the space almost changed me. Almost changed me. But luckily, I was able to get out of that. You know, luckily, I was able to fight my way out of that. Back to reality, the real reality about I'm not around people who are degenerate. I'm not around people who are degenerate. I'm not around monsters. I'm not around backstabbers. I'm not around conceited individuals. I'm not around men who talk disgusting about women. I'm not around men who say they're in a relationship or men who are married who talks disgusting about their spouses, their mates while they're online, and then go get offline and pull your dirty ass, dirty fucking doodoo cheek ass in the motherfucking bed and kiss that woman or whoever you with on the mouth, acting like you was up there outside holding and honoring her. I'm not around men like that. I'm not. In fact, the men who I am around with their wives, they speak so highly of their lives, of their wives, that I tend to meet them, and they're very nice individuals, and I get to form my own relationships with them. They have nothing but nice things to say about their wives. Even me, amongst a career which is 90% male. So it's a lot of locker room talk. There's a lot of, oh, shorty bad. And listen, if anybody who know any military people, majority of military men are fuckboys. Hands down. Right? They're fuckboys. They do a lot of stuff on them deployments, all that shit. But even the ones who are married, they're not talking crazy like the men out here is talking. They don't have the aura of them having so much hatred and vitriol of womanhood in general. The men in these spaces, you can really tell that they hate women. Not saying that they're gay, but they really do have a hatred for women. The way how they speak to them, the way how they talk to you, apparently just because you was born with a vagina and boobs automatically makes you inferior to them. But they can't tell you what they do. And if you ask them, oh, what are you doing outside? Oh, I'm a mail clerk. Okay. What you do outside? Oh, I'm a mechanic. Okay, cool. Anything else? But yeah, they really do believe that just because you were born with a tits, and a vagina, that you don't know what the fuck you talking about at all. And they stand 10 toes down on that. They have no respect for women. Even with women who literally abide by their rules, abide by the things that they say that they want women to do, they don't have respect for you. I have honestly seen in this space that the bitchier that you are as a woman, the more of a bitch you are in this space, the more praises and respect you get from these men in these spaces. The ones who are just very calm, polite, they keep their composure, they getting fucking disrespected, they're being violated, they're getting called everything under the sun. But if you are a true bitch in this space that will go toe to toe with the man in this space as a man, they respect you. It's this, but they will sit their motherfucking happy asses on fucking panels and channels and say, this is the reason why you black bitches don't get married or not marriageable or this and this and that, because you can't be quiet. You don't know when to stop speaking. You don't know what you're talking about. You're this, you're that. And then you can literally have these particular type of women in your fucking space, in your chat, or even on your panel trying to converse with you, and you off the bat treat them like trash. But let someone come up there acting like a sexy fucking red, and not the sexy red on YouTube. I'm talking about sexy red, the artist. Let someone come up here acting like sexy red. She's getting all the fucking respect. All the respect, because you know what? Y'all contradict y'all contradict yourselves. Y'all don't like the nice one or the good one. You like the bitch. And then that's why they made so many books about why men love bitches. Dead ass. There's a book. Go on Amazon. Why men love bitches. And who was it written by? A man. Not a woman, a man. Let's see. DB said this space should be called YouTube High. It is YouTube High. It is YouTube High. For real. It really is. It's bad. She said, I felt like that it was turning me too dark going to certain channels. I noticed my energy change when I cut out a lot of channels in the space. And you have to. You have to. It's really sad, because if it's starting to affect how you view the world, if it's making you cold, if it's making you bitter, if it's making you heightened to react emotionally, right? Or get agitated faster, then that means that is not the space. That's not the space for you. That is not the space for you. And also, you need to worry about being desensitized, right? Because that's a big thing in this YouTube sector too. They love to desensitize you with the bullshit. They love to desensitize you with the fake shit, right? They know this shit is BS. They know this is shit that they don't say out at their job. I want to do a test. Here's the test. Go pop the shit that you say online on these platforms. Say it at your job. Matter of fact, see if you can have these same conversations in front of your grandmama. Let's see. Let's see. Can you do it? Because if you can't have those type of conversations at your job, you can't have those conversations with your coworkers, you can't have those conversations with your grandmother or important people in your life, you shouldn't be doing it over here. You shouldn't be doing it over here. So I think somebody hit my Cash App. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Josh. Shout out for Josh. Josh gave me a Cash App today. I appreciate you, dear sir. Thank you so much. I enjoy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. They will complain Black women are too masculine while masculizing them at the same. You know what? That is so true, because at the end of the day, there is things that's going on today that men need women to be a little masculine for, whether they want to admit it or not. Whether they want to admit it or not, they need things from women to do that will be outside of what they say, quote unquote, is masculine. So what they can't do, they need you to fill that part, right? Remember, they say that you're supposed to be their helpmate, right? So if they got too much on their fucking shoulders, they want you to take the extra shit that they can't deal with. Doesn't matter what that extra shit is, but if it was a part of him, his identity of being a male and what they set up in patriarchy, yeah, you're gonna be doing things that is masculine. That's what's gonna happen. Let's see. I'm not even doing anything on my channel anymore because they want to straight degenerate. They went straight degenerate behavior. No, Sophia, please continue to do your stuff on your channel, ma'am. Please continue to do it, because of the simple fact is that you have a voice. You have a voice. You also have an understanding of things that people have not experienced before. And you can talk about it. You can talk about it. Don't give up. Do not give up. Just know that it doesn't matter how slow you build and how slow you grow, you still growing and you still flourishing and you still hitting people, right? You don't have to, nothing has to be rushed or anything. Look at this. This is my, when it comes down to content, this is my what? Third channel. I got rid of my A Word of Lorraine channel, and I went in this channel, and I'm starting small. And I'm not rushing it. I'm not rushing it at all. Why? Because I want to get better. And it's not really about money for me. I really just enjoy having conversations. If I can perform any information about anything that will help, tips and tools about things that I know that I experience in my life, that's what I want to do. So I don't mind doing it nice and small. I really don't. I don't care how slow I grow, but I want to make sure when I grow, when I get to where I need to get to, it's people who genuinely want to be here and who genuinely wants to have those good conversations, good vibes, positive vibes, and love and appreciation for each other. That's what I want. I don't want no haters around me. I don't want no haters and fake fucking people around me. The fuck? Y'all can get the fuck up out of here. Serious. You're not needed and you're not welcome. Let's see. All right. So I think I got another Cash App. And it is from Mr. Witch. Mr. Witch or DJ Witch. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Let's see. DB. Black men will accept the same things from other women that they complain about Black women doing. Yes, and like I said, it's the thing about that, DB. We all do it, right? We all do it. Us Black women do it too. We accept shit that we know that we should not be accepting, and we do it. Or we ask for shit that we know that we wouldn't ask for another motherfucker too. And that's why I said that's where hypocrisy comes, right? Because we are very hypocritical. I'm sorry, we're hypocritical as a people. This is what I've seen. This is exactly what I've seen. But yeah, you're right. I have seen other people, Black men date other people and everything's good in the hood. Like, doesn't matter, getting smacked in the face, getting cursed out, whatever not. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And then, Black women is held to their foot for acting like that. It is what it is. And we do the same thing to some Black men too. We do, right? We actually really do. It's just that we just really got to just stop this hypocrisy, really, right? If we want to look better online, we need to look better online. We got to do it. We got to want to do it. Or if we don't, do not get mad when you have other people who are outside viewers, doesn't matter what race they are, when they start to make a general statement on Black people, specifically Black people online, do not cry and whine about it. Do not complain about it. I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing. I don't want to hear it anymore. Because we literally give our money, our time, and our energy to the shit. We do. And we chug it up as just shits and giggles. We chug it up as it's just fucking entertainment. When the last time I checked, when is any of y'all getting motherfucking comedian checks? So you a clown in life? Okay. Let's see. Nice Charm says the nice women get attacked by people like Flora and Robin M. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. I guess I would have to consider, who do you consider nice? Because what another thing that I see in this space is that the men only think that the women who agree with them are nice women, and any woman that goes against any statement or whatever they say is very bad or horrible women. And I think that's just weird. It's weird and it's not correct. And just because she might agree with you at that time, that doesn't mean that when she cuts off line, she's saying a whole different tune. But then again, you know, a lot of people in this space is egotistical, and all you have to do is just give 2 fucking good strokes to that ego, and you good to go. They cheat on their wholesome wives with city girls every day. It's been like that since the beginning of time. You know, it's sad because one thing back in the day was, it was used to only be rich men or men who had a lot of resources that used to be the ones who cheated, right? And it was at one point, this is not the whole time, but it was at one point that it was the average man or even the low income man who was the most faithful at that time. And it was because they didn't have the resources and the means to be out there cheating, right? Like cheating can be very expensive if you think about it, right? Cheating can be expensive to your pockets as well as to your fucking life and your health. It's a very expensive game to play. A very expensive game to play. But back then, we used to be able to understand who was most likely to cheat. Now, you got motherfucking Pookie and Ray Ray and everybody under the sun literally mimicking men of means. They're doing the same thing. That's that equality for you, right? No hierarchy no more. We don't want we don't want no hierarchy of men anymore. We all want to be treated the same when it's amongst men. When it's women, when it comes down to women, men want women to treat all men the same. They only use that projecting shit about, oh, you should have known better, you should have chose better, you vetted, all that shit like that. That's just only just to shame you, right? That's a part of that shame, blame, explain kind of shit. But they really do believe that once you are a woman, you need to acquiesce to all men in the whole entire world. Because in fact, you know, you are the helpmate to all men, not your spouse, not your significant other, not your boyfriend. No. You are the helpmate to every man who will call on to you. If they come to you and they tap you on the shoulder, yes, Your Highness. The royal penis is clean, Your Highness. And the bad thing about it is they're teaching their daughters to do that, if they have daughters, which is very sad. Very, very sad. Let's see. He said, wow, the woman never said anything negative to y'all. Oh, man. So he's having a discussion with Robin. So I'll just leave that down. All right, Gangsta Boo, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Let's see. Oh, there she go. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I mean, I would rather get better. So let's see. Gas Mask says that's not true. You need to prove to me that is not true. Prove to me where it's not true at. Don't just come in here and saying it's not true. Prove that it's not true. Because I can prove that a lot of shit that I'm saying is true. All I have to do, if I really wanted to, is just pull up people fucking channels, pull up certain live streams, and the proof is there. So you have to show me where that is not happening. Okay, let's see. DB, you are a female okay with attacking other females just because they agree with men with adult logic? Is that? No, it's not that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I do think I know DB Troll, right? We all know DB Troll, but I don't think she's necessarily attacking women. I never really see DB attack any woman. She do be attacking the men, but I don't really see DB attack any woman. So I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Mammies are absolutely way more dangerous than a simp. A mammy will choose her predator husband over her child. You know what? I think that both can be very dangerous, right? Because at the end of the day, both of these particular type of people are selfish naturally. They're very highly selfish. And they can be manipulative, and they will do whatever they need to do, stroke your ego, do whatever they need to do to get what they want out of you, and then it's on to the next one. And like I said, even when it comes down to a mammy don't. This is what men don't understand, and I'm gonna put you on a little game. A mammy don't respect y'all men. Y'all think mammies respect you? They don't. They think y'all stupid. You're impressionable, and all they have to do is just stroke your little fucking ego, and that is it. They do not respect you at all. They really do think that y'all are dumb. And they also know that a lot of y'all men are slaves to your gender. You are slaves to your gender. You are lust driven. Lust driven first, logic second. And they will play on that. They will play on that until you either wake up and see that this person is doing too much. And then even when that comes, the day when you're like, all right, you know what? BITCH, you're doing too much. You need to fall back, That would be the day where you will realize she had already set you up in more than one way. Whether it's to hurt you financially, whether it's to hurt you physically, or get someone else to hurt you physically, to destroy your life, the mammy will already have that deck of cards ready for you to get out of line, because she looks at you as her puppet. And she's the puppet master. It's very quite similar to when y'all say about men who gives nothing but praises to women, or tell women that they don't do nothing wrong, that everything is great and they're goddesses and they're immortals and all the stuff like that. It's literally the equivalent of when you tell women that stop looking for the praises and the you're boosting up your egos when choosing a man, because that man don't really fucking mean that shit. He's just saying that shit because he knows that's what you want to hear. It's the same thing when it comes down to a mammy. Let's see. Safai said, it upsets me because I'm always carrying and supporting a man. They never stay and don't love me. They move on to the next leg. You know, Safia, let me tell you something. Don't, how can I put it? I would say, don't be upset. It's okay to be disappointed, but I would say don't be upset, because it's nothing that you can do. I just say, just be genuine to you, right? Be safe, definitely be safe. But you being genuine where you want to help and support a man, that is not a bad thing. And don't let anybody shame you thinking that as a bad thing, right? You are supposed to want to support and help your loved one, someone that you care about, someone you have strong feelings for. Other than that, why fuck be with them? Why the hell be with someone that you don't really fucking give a fuck about? Like, I just really never understood that. I just think that that's just toxic. And I know that we have a lot of people who enjoys these transactional relationships, but no, just be genuine. You will get that person who is going to support you, respect you, and love you exactly the way how you dish it out. If you gotta wait on it a little longer, wait on it a little longer. But that person is there. It says y'all attack men. Let's see. Y'all attack men like Sharon and Brownsville who respect women. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot because I enjoy Sharon, right? And I know that Sharon is not perfect. Honestly, I really don't. I really know that, right? But he don't need to be perfect, right? It's not about being perfect because ain't nobody perfect. I ain't fucking perfect. Y'all ain't perfect. None of us is perfect. But what I do enjoy about Sharon is to me, he's authentic. There's two things I get from him. One, he likes having conversations. Two, yes, he's about his motherfucking money. And I'll give a third one too. He don't have a problem calling out shit or expressing himself, which I enjoy. The same could be said for even our Portugal brother Fatty. Even though he thinks I hate him, I don't. I do enjoy him being authentic. He's authentically a monster. But nonetheless, he is authentic. And what he says out of his mouth, he actually fucking means. It is what it is. Let's see. The amount of bullying Black women go through in this space is what irritates me the most, especially when they use it as a bonding session. You know what? I agree because it they need to make it like in YouTube High. They need to make it a whole holiday. Just make it a whole holiday. Just put one day aside and say this is Black Women Bashing Month, and then have one day that's going to be Black Men Bashing Month, because we know that in this space, in this sector, everybody's going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. Might as well make it a national fucking holiday. Okay? Because this is what y'all show. This is what you show every fucking day. Might as well make it a holiday. Somebody, kinfolk, you can make a flag because you know you good with the arts and stuff and the editing. Go ahead and make a thumbnail, and we're going to pick one day where it's going to be drag a Black woman day, drag a Black man day, because this is what the people want, right? Give the people what they want. He said, you can't call somebody a mammy when you're a divester and you are the mammy. So again, I don't know who's that's for. Women are mammies. Women are divestors. It just is what it is. And a divester you can be a divester and still be a fucking mammy. So I really don't understand that. You can be being a mammy is that's, I mean, I don't know if you want me to get the definition, but I'm sure everybody know what a mammy is by now. I mean, it's been said enough in this space. I don't think I have to regurgitate that, right? Let's see. And I do enjoy Brownsville too. I enjoy Brownsville. I don't really know that much about him, but I do appreciate his take on things. One of the biggest things about that I guess I enjoy Brownsville is that he's not talking to the women, he's talking to the men, right? His approach is he's talking to men about, hey, men, you need to do better. Hey, men, we need to stop calling our women ABC online. Hey, men, we need to stop dogging our women or doing this and this and this and that. But then also talking about family and that we need to stick together and community and breeding more children, when it pretty much looked like that the women that you're you're dragging, you don't want to do those things with. So which one is it? He's talking to the men, he's not really talking to the women, right? And I'm not trying to say, like, because I mean, even if he wanted to say, hey ladies, just don't deal with these men. If they keep on calling you out your name, then just go stage left. I mean, he could do that, but that's not his MO. He doesn't want to address women. He don't think that he needs to address women, because the only woman that he really needs to address is his own. The one that he took and made his wife and honor and have children with. That's the only one he feels they need to address. The men in this space feel that they have to address every woman like that's their woman, even though they don't want many of us. They all calling us fucking hyenas and fucking wig head bitches and all this shit under the sun. You're saying that you don't want none of us. So why the fuck do you care what the fuck we doing then? Honestly, why do you care? You should be talking about those great women that you're talking about, the great women of other races, the great women of the Alpines, the great women of the Himalayas, the great women of Honolulu, the great women of Colombia. Talk about them. If the fucking wig wearing hooligan hyenas is not your cup of tea. Gasman says, please correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't a mammy what white call black women back in the day who watched their kids for them? When did the definition change? So again, yes, the original term for mammy was that. However, if you actually look at the term mammy, since you want to bring up history, it's a fact that it's catering to a system that does not cater to you. So in fact, yeah, when we use mammy in the way how we use it now, it still applies. Women are catering to a system by men that does not benefit them or does not benefit the family. Still makes a mammy. Let's see. Nick Charm said, Robin, you would respect a man who married a white woman. Well, I think everybody should be respected. At this point, listen, by 2085, the United States of America is going to be multiracial, multicultural. We might as well just go ahead and wrap it up and get used to it. It is what it is. That's just what's going to happen. It's been in the trajectory for decades. It's about to meet its full fruition by 2080. By then, you're going to see a whole lot of mix or biracial people. They're going to have some Afro features, some European features, some Asian features, probably colored eyes, green and blue. That's going to be the majority aesthetic in America. We're going to have to accept it because that's what we've been doing and processing to happen for decades now. I don't understand why we mad about it. I mean, we're getting what we want, right? Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Jen. Hi, darling. I didn't even know you was up. Hey, Shug. What's going on? If you want to come up, darling, you can come up. Matter of fact, if anybody else want to come up, y'all can come up because, I don't really like talking by myself. And if y'all don't come up, I'm literally going to hit the hay soon. But let's see. Tony said, not on my watch. Tony, I'm sorry. I don't think you can do, there's not enough fucking you can do in the world right now that is going to stop the United States from becoming a multiracial majority by 2080. I guarantee you, hands down. Hands down. Let's see. Tomcat, I didn't even know you was in here. Hello, sir. DB, I want you to show me proof of what you're saying. If you have no proof, you need to fall back. What proof is that? I don't know what the. I don't even know what the conversation is about, really. All right, well, hold on. Give me a second. Let me go to the restroom. I'll be right. All right, I'm back. Did somebody pop up? Somebody popped up in my chat? Let's see. Let's see who this be. Oh, okay. Doc. Can you turn your camera on? I don't know who this is. DJ, is that you? Let's see. All right. Don't porn bomb me, please.
No, I'm not here to pour and bomb you. What's going on, MJ?
What's going on, DJ? Now, I heard that you went around telling people that I was threatening you, sir, about your video. Did I threaten you, or did I write a nice statement saying, "Can you just please just take me off the thumbnail"?
I felt threatened until now. I thought you was threatening me. I was scared to hit the link. I thought we had smoke.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to make sure there's not no hostility between us, you know?
No, there's not no hostility. I mean, like I said, you have the right to report on things that you want to report on. But when I asked about the thumbnails, it's just that, I have a child who's at teenage age. Okay. So that was the reason why I was asking you, if you want to have the discussion, go ahead. But you know how teenagers wander when it comes down to the internet. And I do my best to make sure that he doesn't navigate to these spaces. But I don't want him clicking on any videos where I'm not in my best light, especially for the last 3 ones. Do you understand my drift?
I see what you're saying. So you're saying you want the thumbnail taken down, basically.
Yeah, I don't care about the content. You like I said, you have the right. It's just the thumbnail, because if he sees, oh, that's mom, let me go check it out.
Hmm. I don't know. I gotta. I don't know.
You decide. I'll let you decide. But that's why I said it was only me asking you. It wasn't me threatening you. I wasn't talking about I was gonna call the cops and things of that shit.
Because I didn't imagine you saying it. Because when I read the comment, I didn't imagine you saying it like this. I imagine, you know what I'm saying, like you all flared up. You know what I mean? You probably had a weapon in your hand when you were typing it. I don't know. I felt
You thought
kind
I
of
was at
foolish.
work? No. I was just saying, like, hey, just if you can, just take me off the thumbnail, keep the content. Just take me off the thumbnail. I mean,
Mm.
at the end of the day, it's a case study, right? Teachable moments.
It's a teachable moment. Is it? And I'm glad you survived. I'm glad you survived. It looked like you in good health, you know what I'm saying? You look like you drinking water, you know what I'm saying? The
Yes,
last time,
a
the,
lot of water. No.
nice, nice, nice. The last time you was kind of intoxicated and shit, but it's all good. What is this? I see y'all talking about the space. You saying that you leaving the space? What's going on?
No, no, no. I just when I was talking about the space, I was just talking about I hope that my channel can just be a safe space, right?
Okay, okay.
That's all I was saying. So a lot of people were saying, "Oh, they want a safe space," and I was like, "Well, my channel could be a safe space for men and for women."
Can I can I ask you an honest question though? Just out of curiosity, when you came to this space, right? What were you actually expecting out of the space?
So let me start from the beginning. So I've been on YouTube for 5 years. And originally I was at Taz's channel. Sometime I will support Nyla Vibes, his wife. I will also support Cynthia G, Pink Pill, things of that sort. And then I was actually really into the debate league because there is an actual debate channel on YouTube, right? So that's where I was. I was introduced into this sector by a few of friends that I had a couple of years ago. So that would be like a year and a half ago. And
Mm,
I thought that the type of experiences that I had at the debate league and at the other channels, I thought that there were more people that was like that. It was very it wasn't as confrontational. It wasn't all about mess and drama. I just thought that we were just having good conversations and just picking each other brains really and then just growing. That's what
mm.
I really wanted from the space.
I see what you're saying, and a lot of people do say that. It's just we end up running into different people we associate with, and I'm actually here for the fuckery a little bit, you know what I'm saying, but not for the full fledged fuckery, right? One more
Okay.
thing I want to ask you before I leave, right?
Yeah.
Since you're not associated with certain people, you're gonna because I think Fatty doing the debates and shit. You know what I'm saying? It would be dope if you and some of the girls could go over there and debate. Because the thing about it, right? I don't like being on panels where a bunch of people just agreeing. It's just boring. I prefer to watch Netflix and shit, right? But
Mhm.
I like seeing conflating or contrasting views and shit, right? It's
Mhm.
just sometimes when you get a rapport with people, it don't go crazy. But people who don't got rapport with each other, it's easy for the shit go left. So I think like the debating is like a good, healthy way for people to get their shit off without shit going too crazy. You know what I mean?
I see
You
what you're
should
saying.
pull up.
I will take that into consideration, sir. So I thank you so much for not porn bombing me. And
Oh
I know
no,
you
no, I'm not into that shit. I'm not gonna do it. I don't want nobody channel deleted. I'm not on that shit. You know what I mean?
All right. I
Anyway,
appreciate you,
enjoy
sir.
your. All right, thank you for having me.
Thank you. E Black, is that you? Can you turn on your camera for me for a second, sir? If you don't mind, before I let you up. I don't want to be porn bombed. Yes, no, maybe so. Or at least talk. Okay, so I guess that's not him. All right. So let's see. In the chat, in the chat, in the chat. Then what? Then why you didn't say anything? You said no. Wait. Well, sir, I need you to talk or something, or turn on the camera or something. Hello. All right. So I'll let me know. Just type it in the private chat. All right. So let's see what's going on in here. All right. Let's see. Okay. Fatty's here. Hello, sir. I guess you heard I didn't hate you. Let's see. Lita's here. Thank you, Lita, for coming. I appreciate you. Let's see. Okay, I don't know what argument Gas Max is having with DB. Seems kind of real. Let's see. Fam, he's gonna cast a shadow on the live. Well, It is what it is. But then again, like I said, if that happens, then it proves my point about it being YouTube high. Let's see. I knew you really wouldn't have an answer. What answer is that? I don't know what are y'all arguing about. I'm sorry. Oh, there you are. Okay. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Hello, sir. E Black, how you doing? This is my first time me ever speaking with you. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. How you doing today?
I'm well. It's 1:00 in the morning, as best as possible.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't cammed up. I was like, man, I was chilling. I didn't have no shirt. I was just like, oh man, she was. But
It's
I
morning
get it.
time. It is what it is. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. But I do appreciate you for just letting me know that that was you. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And trust me, protect your channel at all costs. So I really appreciate. Like that's really smart. So I get it, but I wasn't ready for that.
Oh no.
I just wasn't ready. I was like, oh shit.
It's okay. It's cool. So how can I help you this evening, sir?
Yeah, I mean, you're a very interesting person. I don't know much about you. I've not. I mean, you say you've been on here for 5 years, and I haven't heard nothing about you because I've been on here for three. So, but you said that you came from Taz's space, and of course, we have indirect way how do I say indirect meeting parties, I guess. I don't know. But we know each other, but we know of each other, I guess is what it's saying.
Mm,
So if I was to say anything, you said something interesting. You said that in 2085 that most of this country will be mixed, right?
mm-hmm.
Um but the one thing I want to ask you is, does that mean that in 2085 the black community will be extinct?
No, that's not necessarily meaning that it's going to be extinct, but where is definitely the majority population in the US will be mixed race. And if we know how the census work, and when we know how they take grants and how they split up resources, they tend to do it with the majority population.
So I hear what you're saying, but when you make a statement like that, because I think a lot of other people have made this statement. They've made this statement. They said, the black community will no longer be here. And when you say statements like, okay, and I'm not like being vindictive or anything, but it was just a great conversation based on what you were saying. Um, when I hear people say that, it it sounds as if what people are really trying to say is that black people will no longer exist in 2085 because we'll be all mixed.
You know what it is? I think what's happening is when you say those words, and this is like a marketing strategy, right? The reason why you got triggered from it because it gave you fear, right? Like you think that I'm trying to instill fear into the black community of them not being here by saying that the majority mixed race population is going to pretty much rule the United States of America by 2085. I understand why that's happening, but just to be clear, I never said that the black community wasn't going to be here. I said that majority of the US is going to be the mixed race population.
Okay, yeah, and I get and I hear that because of interracial dating and all that stuff. Even though black people are still race loyal, even though most races are other than Asian and white people are, I mean, for the most part, black people are the most loyal people. We can talk about immigration, but I this idea that eight two. I just I would love for you to flesh out that more, but I don't have the right words to kind of say it. But I think you understand kind of the vein of what I'm trying to talk about, because I do believe that Black people will be here. I think statistically, even through birth rates and through dating and through marriages, we're going to be here for hundreds of years. And this idea of mixed race, you America is kind of like a selling tool for white supremacy.
Well, yes and no, right? Because we have to admit that the black community is participating in interracial dating more than they ever did before, when it usually started back into the 1960s. So it's been on a uptick ever since then, right? Our marriages have been in decline ever since the 1960s. Our marriages have been declining, right? And this is going across the board, because this marriages is low across the board around the world, but specifically, let's just stay on the United States of America. They're declining. Then we also have our birth rates. Our birth rates are declining as a country, but Black American birth rates, when because we're having more problems when it comes down to the medical system in America, where we're not being able to have children. Also, because of our diets and the other preconditions that we have in our community, more Black women are suffering from PCOS, more Black women are suffering from fibroids, more Black women are suffering from ovarian cancer. So that is a problem that we need to look into, that this birth rate that you're talking about that we're going to have by the time 2085 might not exist.
Yeah. Um and this is all respectful, because like I said, I want to, I don't want to seem like I'm attacking you, but I really enjoyed having discussions. Like, I'm a good dude, right? So I really want to like have this
I don't
conversation
think
with you.
don't worry about it.
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
E. I don't think that you're attacking me. It's okay to question me, and it's also okay to critique me.
Okay. Okay. So, you know, even with our low birth rates, I mean, we're still overwhelmingly, like, when you talk about 85, 80% of Black people marry Black people, women are, of course, more race loyal than anything. So if Black women marry, say, in the higher, or have births, or date in the higher 90%, like, it's overwhelmingly Black women are with Black men. I still don't see in 2085 the fact that this situation that you're talking about will be significant enough to call America a mixed company or mixed race. I would say that more Latinos, and I think more white people, it will be a less white country. And then there will be pockets of white
Well,
people. There'll be
it will
pockets of,
definitely
there'll be,
be. Oh, sorry. I apologize. I was just going to say that it'll definitely be less white people, because
yeah,
they are the majority of the country. So if they're interracial dating and mating and marrying, yes, their numbers are going to be lower. This is the one of the reasons why we have a lot of the Proud Boys and all these other organizations that's popping up, because of that, right?
yeah.
But that does not mean that the multiracial mixed race community is not going to increase or take over majority population in the US.
Which
Now
is
you
why I
said
said, that this was white's talking point, because effectively, when you say America's going to be more mixed race, yeah, of course, more white people are going to be fucking more people of different races,
but
because that's what it is. But in reality, the Black community will still be there. The Latino everybody will still be as their race. But as far as mixed race, yes, there will be more mixed race people, but that does not necessarily make it a mixed race country. Am I being clear?
I understand what you're saying, but it's still going to be more of a mixed race country. But let's see. Jen, hold on for 1 second, sir.
Yeah.
Jen, are you still there?
Hi, can y'all hear me? Can you hear
Hi,
me?
how are you doing? I wasn't ignoring you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm well. Oh, you guys can hear me. Hi, E Black. How are you? Hi,
Nice,
MJ.
nice to meet you, Genesis.
How do you
Likewise.
how do you like this new platform? I know, guys. I know this is not StreamYard. How you like it? I love it.
I like it. It's I like it. It's easy on the eyes.
It's easy.
It's
Okay.
aesthetically pleasing.
Awesome. Awesome.
And
Awesome.
you look beautiful.
Thank
Per
you.
use,
Appreciate it.
per use.
Appreciate
Um,
it.
I cut some of the conversation, so I'm just here listening to you guys, and I'll chime in, if I
Okay.
need.
Okay. So to go back with E Black. So you said something about you said that 85% of black people are still dating each other. Yes.
That's a rough average.
Okay.
Rough average. If you add marriage statistics and you add the fact that black women also date majority black men, you can roughly say about 85. I'm not giving a scholarly thing, but
I have a
Mhm.
question. I have a
go ahead.
question. I don't, Hi. Hey, just set the record straight, y'all. I'm here for support for MJ, y'all. Yes. Anyway, but I have a question with regarding that, you guys. Just so so the statistic that they throw out here that says that most there's a percentage of black men, whatever that percentage is, black, you find it, you tell me what it is. I'm just saying the principle of what they're saying is that percentage of black men who have multiple baby mothers of multiple races. So this dilution that MJ is talking about, that's going to like dilute our race. It's kind of happening now because I mean, you figure a guy has 5 baby mamas, 2 of them may not be black, so 3 out of the 5 are black and 2 aren't. So he's literally contributing to this multi-racial country that we're about to have, and it's been happening forever. You got to know it's been happening your whole life. It's just now, on the internet, but and we all know about it. But it's been happening forever because we got light-skinned cousins and family members and folks that are mixed our whole lives. So I'm just curious because that number has got to be changing drastically because I mean, if Tyrone and Pookie got 8 kids, 16 together, all of them are not black baby mamas. All 8 aren't black baby mamas because we wouldn't have these biracial offspring that are running around right now.
See, what I do is I take the inverse. And I understand what you're saying, but I take the inverse. The inverse of that is who are black women having kids by, or more than likely having kids by,
But we only can have one baby at a time. Remember the statistic you guys
and
kept
who is
proving and
that
shoving
most
down our
likely by?
throat? But wait, you guys kept throwing this down our throat because now that we're divesting, it's not most likely by anybody. This number that you guys are looking at, it has to be changing daily because there's no way if Pookie has 8 baby mamas and all of it has four baby mamas and 8 kids when I only have one baby mom, one baby daddy at a time. So while I'm out here producing one child for my black man, he's making a Latino, a Filipino, another Asian, a Arabic, and another black woman with all 5 of his baby mamas, but I only have one black baby daddy at a time. So I can see my point.
I understand your point, but the point still remains. If
That's got
you
to be
take the
changing.
if you understand that there are more black women in this country than there are black men, and these black women, from 9 out of 10 pregnancies, are having black, pure black on black babies, I cannot see how you can concede to the fact that
I disagree with that 9 out of 10. That's got to be. I mean,
black women are
that's
extremely
9 out of 10.
racial.
That's
Yes,
loyalty. However, there's
yes.
no way 9 out of 10 is drastic. But go ahead, guys.
Genesis, how many people outside of your race have you dated?
How many outside of my race? We're
Yes.
talking about
Yeah.
me. We're back to NJ's show. I didn't come here for this. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's not.
I
I'm
was
just
just
Black
saying.
trying to
women
make.
in general.
We're not here to take away. I'm not here to divert. I'm just here because that's just very drastic when I can look around and see in my community. But how about the fact that I know, every single black man is not dating only black women and all their baby mamas are black and they just the other women they date he'll happen to have kids by. But no, there's ton. No, I just
That's
can't see it. But go
anecdotal
ahead.
though, right?
Go ahead. No, enjoy.
That's anecdotal, right? What we see in our peer view is anecdotal. The majority of black men are with black women,
and whatever other person they are with, that child is black too. So Drake is black because his father is black. But the things is about the hearts and minds. Will those mixed race children dip towards the white side or the black side because they'd probably be forced into that position? And what I'm tending to see is that they're dipping towards the white side. They're embarrassed about the black side.
Wouldn't you be at this
No,
point?
not me. No way at all.
Mm,
Well,
I
Nidus, let me
understand
ask you a
everything that
question.
black people do, but no.
mhm.
Hi, Nidus. Let me ask you
Hi,
a
Hello,
question, sir.
welcome.
hello, everyone.
Hi. Um,
Take your shoes off.
do
Have a seat.
do you know anybody who believes that black people are the original Hebrews or Israelites? And do you subscribe to that
No,
ideology?
no. But
No?
I do know people who do.
Okay. So the reason why I bring that up is because the ones who do subscribe to that ideology, if you even follow the Torah, then you are what your mother is, not what your father is. Like you can't be a part of the J community unless your mother is born into it or she converted into it. And that's
That's
how they start
crazy.
that's how they start their lineage. It's from your mother, it's not from your kid. So that's why I wanted to ask if you knew anybody that, because unfortunately the ones who do follow that religion, if you're going by your father, you're wrong.
Yeah, I believe that they believe that, and I believe the small hats believe that. But the sick Western society we live in started that one drop rule, right? And they believe that these people of color had this dominant gene.
Native
So
That is
American
even though the
Native
people that
Americans
are
believe
Hebrew
that too.
Israelites believe that, you know,
Nidish. Native Americans believe that too. They're very maternal in their uh
yeah,
uh,
there's a lot of
but
religion.
Native Americans almost got completely wiped out. So why would we talk about them?
Mm, damn.
Ouch.
Okay.
I
What
was just giving another example of
is
different
there a
cultures.
Oh,
problem with your pale, your light skin you got from somewhere that wasn't black, African?
is it a problem with me? No,
Because that was rude. Go ahead.
I'm rude. I'm a little rude.
Yeah, that's not nothing to be proud about. But
How
go
you
ahead.
doing,
I'm
Nidish,
not
by
proud
the
about
way?
it. I just am. I
Hold
don't
on.
disown aspects of myself.
Hold
I
on. Let
take
me
all my
disarm him
attributes.
real quick. How you doing, Nidish?
How you doing, Mr. E Black? Town
I'm
business.
blessed, man. Town business, man. See, let me just disarm him a little bit.
So that was the disarm. So
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
What was
yeah.
the need for the army? There was no need to
Oh,
come in, lock and loaded. That's kind of a guy
well,
thing.
Nidus is the night, right? So he's
What
always
you
on
guys do?
guard, right? Feelings, emotions, spiritually,
Oh,
mentally.
oh
That's
my
just
God,
night
he's
for
a little
you.
horsey on the chest. Okay, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm an L7. That's the way I move.
oh,
Snap, chest, yeah.
oh.
So, Nidus, I don't know how long you've been watching. You was one of the
Since you
first people
started,
that came with.
I did
Okay.
a little show in the middle, but since
Oh,
you
you did?
started,
Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. So, give me your take on some of the things that I said tonight, and if you have something that you want to address, we can do that now.
um, I think everybody in this society that we are currently in are being told to be individualistic, and the people that are telling you that believe in family. So until we get back to
Mm.
family and we have some pride in who we are as a people, whether we say it's no community and there is no us, we just gonna be lost. We just gonna be wandering around in the desert.
So, if everybody believed that there is no community and we shouldn't be a community, wouldn't that be everybody in agreement, like making a conscious decision to say this, it's a wrap?
It's a bad decision, but I don't know if everybody believes that. Does everybody believe that? Is everybody giving up? Is all hope gone? Are we in dystopia?
I ain't.
I don't know. I think by actions, yeah.
Yeah, actions. If
By
you
the
look at what
actions,
people are
absolutely.
doing as opposed to what they're saying.
Yeah, by actions, I would say, yeah, people did give up a lot more than
Mm.
what we can actually afford, really, if you think about it. Anybody else have anything that they want to talk?
I I I
I want to
and I'm
feedback.
very
You agree with that too?
opinionated, so
You've given up completely.
I'm just gonna say I disagree, MJ.
Okay. Sure.
And
Tell me.
MJ, I want to say this also. Let me teach you how to use OBS and stuff, because you know.
I like this. I like Restream. I don't like OBS.
No. You can still use Restream, but I can teach you how to. You see how my picture is?
Mm-hmm.
I can teach you how to do that. So, you know.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And if you still want the little voice thing to go on, I can teach you how to do that too. But yeah. But anyway, I disagree with what you guys are saying, but I'm gonna let y'all continue.
But I would like to know why you disagree.
Right. What does that mean? How do you guys get away with doing that? I disagree because why? You can give a whole lot of reason why you could support it. So give a reason why you disagree. Finish your sentence.
Because I disagree with the fact that what you guys are like, your premise is the fact that the world is all messed up, and therefore you can see the world being so messed up to where we don't even exist anymore. And I'm telling you, there's hope. And I see regular people. I don't know. I live in the South, so I live around a lot of people where there's black people loving black people. I don't see the reality that you guys see. So I understand. I don't know where you guys live, but I can understand, like, if you guys do not live in the South, where a large or over 60 or 70% of black people live, I can understand why you guys may have that feeling, but I just don't see it.
Did you just say that 60 to 70% of who people live in the South? Who?
60 or 70% of black people live in the South, yes.
Of the whole United States?
Yes.
Okay.
The largest populations of black people are in the South.
In the South as a whole, as in like the Mason, Dixon, all the way, the whole Mississippi, all the way down to like Arizona, Texas. Okay, so you're talking some states. Okay, I'm just like these statements. Sometimes it's just so absolute. Like no, sir. But go ahead.
That's when you know something. That's when you can speak in absolutes.
Well,
yeah, that's not absolute though. That's crazy. But go ahead.
Well, I would just say like this. I can understand your perspective, E Black, but it's not projection. There is a lot of actions that's going on that definitely makes me believe that a lot of hope is lost, and a lot of people do not care anymore. I mean, one of the biggest things that brings that out to me, I don't even care about your reputation. Y'all don't. And what I'm talking about, I'm not just saying just men. I'm saying us men and women as general, as black people. We don't care about our representation. So I don't know.
You don't think the minority of us is doing the most is the one with the magnifying glasses on, and they're just a squeaky wheel? You think the majority of us are what they say our reputation is?
No, she's saying y'all don't even care enough about yours to have one. You don't have
that
integrity.
Wasn't a question I asked.
That's not what she was saying at all. So no.
Well, I'm asking, does she believe that the majority? Okay, maybe I ask you. Do you believe the majority of us is what they say we are?
Do I? Yes.
No, not you.
Oh no.
Either one of y'all. Either one of y'all.
Yes.
You believe that most black men have a problem with black women, and most black women have a problem with black men, and we're just here to destroy each other?
Yes. At this point, yes. I do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hi, Dark Lake. How are you?
Oh, Genesis, what's good? It's been a long time. How you doing?
What up, Dark Lake?
Hey, thank you. Thank you. What's up, Nish and everybody? Thank you, MJ, for having me on your show.
What's up, Dark Lake? Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. That's what she said.
There we go.
But
there we
okay.
go.
So I don't want to interrupt anyone. I was gonna say something, but I think that Nish or somebody was speaking. I don't want to interrupt.
No, I'm not saying anything.
You did come to interrupt. Go ahead, honey.
All right. Again, thanks for having me here. The reason why I'm here. Yeah, I know. The reason why I'm here, MJ, is because I think what you're saying is disingenuous, right? Not that you are purposely being disingenuous, right? But I just don't think you're realizing something. because you're talking about, you know, black men and black women basically making a fool of ourselves in front of 2.4 billion people on this platform, correct? And I think in some ways I think
Well, I will agree with that.
Yeah, no, I would not. I was just about to say, I think in some ways you're right about that. But to suggest that there aren't like a plot of us who are trying to do the opposite and it still gets put under the category of making a fool of ourselves, that's the disingenuous part, right? Like, okay, so you said something that I found interesting earlier, MJ. And you said that you were talking to, I think, E Black about the marriage statistics, right? And you made a comment, correct me if I'm wrong, but you made a comment and said, well, you know, the marriages have gone down since the 60s. You said that, right? Okay. All right. And just calm down. I'm not here to like fuck with you real bad or anything, you know, just having a
I was
conversation.
hoping you were.
No, I'm not about to do that. So I want to ask you, MJ.
Wait, before you go, Dark Lake, is that true or not? I think that's true. Marriages have went down.
Yeah, since the 60s. I'm not saying it's not true, right? But she said since the 60s, marriages have gone down. Let me ask you, what was the significant movement that was coined in the 60s?
There were many significant movements, but the biggest one that everybody talk about is the civil rights movement, correct?
Well, just to keep it on the topic, the 60s is something that came after the civil rights movement, and what's reputedly understood is second wave feminism, right? And I'm not here to condemn anything. I'm just saying that in the 60s, if you look up what was significant in the 60s, what will come up is second wave feminism. And women of all walks of life, no matter what their race was, but we're talking about black people. So we'll keep it at black women.
Okay, sure.
All right. So they went from the civil rights movement to the second wave feminism. And one of the specific organizations was the NOW, which is the National Organization for Women, right? Not saying that's a good or bad thing. I'm just saying what happened. So would it be fair to say that you have a second wave feminist movement where its inception was the 60s, right? Is it fair to draw a conclusion that was a factor in black marriages decreasing?
That could be the case, but let me ask you a question, Darkly. Can you tell me what was the mission statement of the second wave of feminism? Do you know what the mission statement was, or what was the outline of what they was trying to do, or is this like the projection of what you thought the totality of that movement was?
No. If you look up the National Organization for Women in the 60s, it'll say to challenge norms and make social and legal changes, right? And essentially thrusting women in a president of equality, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when I'm saying, I guess, I'm not
wait,
going to go
wait, Dark Lake, before you go on, why do you say there's nothing wrong with that? It's nothing wrong with egalitarianism, but why do you say that the outcomes of it is nothing wrong with it?
Well,
it's
no,
okay if this person feels equal. Oh, okay. So maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that the outcomes weren't negative or nothing wrong with that. I'm saying that goal within itself, there's nothing wrong with that. But then, we have, I didn't want to really get into that, but I just want to say this, right? So I think it's also fair to assume that with women joining the NOW and projecting these rights for them, they also sort of projects like an echo chamber, like female thought or a female train of thought versus a man's train of thought. Is that fair? Well, let me visualize it for you. Right. So you have like a stadium and it's women in the 60s. They're a part of the NOW. And they're talking about what they need and maybe the problems with men or just, how the patriarchy is against them, whatever. It will be, it's natural to believe that it would be a mostly feminine or female perspective that's projected. So I just think it's important for you to connect those dots, because when you make a statement like marriage has gone down since the 60s, we got to look at what happened during the 60s and pertaining to women only projecting feminine trains of thought. Now I hope you, MJ, can understand why a black man like me, and everyone knows that they know my views on things. Why a black man like me, why a black man like me would feel implored to hop up on a channel that is catered to simping to women, where women are accepting pandering rhetoric, right? And combat that on that show or in that environment, whatever, right? So that's why I'm saying that this is why I'm saying that I think what you're saying is a little disingenuous, because when you do have a black person like me or anyone else who wants to combat what you're talking about, black people making a fool of ourselves, well, I think that a part of making a fool of ourselves is projecting feminism or just the female train of thought when it comes to black people as a whole. And that's a lot of what I saw what you and a lot of women were doing on Daryl's channel. No disrespect to Daryl, but I'm just saying that that's what I saw what was happening on that channel. And sometimes when I would hop on that channel, it's like, oh my God, here we go again. It's Dark Leg here to fuck shit up. So was I doing that? Go ahead.
So let me ask you a question. So because you said a lot, right?
I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
So
go ahead.
No, don't worry about it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. You know, me and you, Dark, like we didn't really argue that much. We just had back and forth whether or not we didn't agree. But besides the NOW, what else was happening back that time? Do you know what the marital abuse was back then? Do you have the stats on that? Or no. Or marital rape, or deletions? Do you have those stats?
I don't have those stats.
Right. So again, yes, if we want to talk about all the things that was happening, we have to talk about all the things that were happening. So yes, I will agree there was a second wave of feminism, but what was the cause of the second wave of feminism? If the patriarchal system was such a benefit to women, then I don't think that the way how you're phrasing the second wave feminism would have even been created or developed, right? Everything was not peachy, under the sun, rainbows and sunset for women who was literally, it was like almost like a life and death situation for them to actually get with a person and have a family and stuff like that, right? So we know that during those times, there was a lot of rights that women did not have. There was a lot of things that women couldn't do. There was only certain jobs that women could do, which were like, that was considered like women career fields, whether it was a nurse, a cook, a housekeeper, a nanny. These were most of the secretary per se. There were situations that were occurring back then that had women speak up and say, hey, this is not right. Or even let's say about the women who wasn't afforded to get married because number one, they didn't come from any wealth or resources, or number two, they wasn't a part of the what you call it, what is it, the golden rule, like the beauty standards. It wasn't a part of the beauty standards. So these were women who were like kind of like left out of the dating pool, of the marriage pool, that was kind of like forced to be independent. They didn't want to be independent, but because they didn't fit the level of what is attraction for beauty, or they didn't come from a certain network, they wasn't able to get a marriage. So there's things that was happening that also led to feminism. Truly, women who got divorced back then, women who was in battered or domestic violent relationships or marriages, they wanted the ability to take care of themselves if they wasn't being able to align with men or have a successful marriage. That was really the reason why they started the feminist right. They like, well, what am I supposed to do if I can't get a man? How am I supposed to survive? Am I supposed to die off? So like, all I'm just saying is, I agree with you. There was a second wave of feminism. Not everything that was right in it, right? We can all point out the flaws, but we could also point out the good things that came with it. But there was other things that led to it. That's all I was trying to say.
Do you think that a lot of people disagree with the good aspects of it? Do you think that men really don't want women to be empowered at all?
I think that
partially, yes.
I think it's only with certain things. I don't think that every man necessarily care with all the good things. Because if you even think about it, most of the things that men talk about when it comes down to feminism, they only talk about the things that they have a problem with. They never can bring up the things that is actually good for women that they would want their daughter to have.
Like what?
You wait.
Wow.
But you don't think men
No, it's not.
try
I
to
was just questioning. I was asking. Go ahead.
raise it to be empowered? And like, if, for example, you think about the Panthers, you don't think the Panthers try to empower the female Panthers that was a part of the Panthers? Even better, do you think it's better that y'all just be away from black men?
Well,
No.
here's the thing about the Black Panthers. Majority of the Black Panthers was women, and a majority of the women in the Black Panthers was raped by the men in the Black Panthers. So
No. See, and here's the thing, right? Wait, no.
Why don't you
not,
guys
wait,
ever
wait,
like
wait,
to
wait.
see the
That's
other
incorrect.
statistics when those
Wait a
statistics come
minute.
up,
That's
guys? It means, can I just
that.
say real quick, even for what Dark Lake pointed out with the whole second wave, I mean, just looking at the timeline for the people that actually lived through it. I'm not sure how old you are, Dark Lake, but everybody knows I'm old as shit. But I mean, even still, the saying that the timeline, some people were actually here through that. To say that this wave happened during the 60s and 70s, women couldn't even do much on their own until the mid 70s. So some of us were even born. So it's kind of like crazy how some of these facts aren't a part of this information when you guys are including these, and especially when asking these questions. Like, a lot happened. Women, it was what till mid 70s when it was like illegal to domestically abuse your spouse and to wear your spouse. It was against the law. It wasn't against the law up until the mid 70s. So what kind of things do you think, what would bring this feminist movement on? Would not, don't speak of it and not and negate what happened, the other things that happened. Well, don't just say, oh, well, women were just being a bitch, and then no, the women that were getting hurt and losing their children and couldn't work and couldn't take care of themselves, those are the women that probably push towards what you guys are talking about and trying to get some equality. Those are women that were trying to bring these things to light, because we're in a feminist movement now. We're in the third wave, right? So I mean, without mentioning the things that actually took place, that actually made, and some of us like this, some of us have relatives and family members that lived through it, that we know, we saw go through it, why this thing came about. But it's just crazy. You guys forget about that stuff.
So back to my question, Ax. So do you think it's better that we just be away from each other?
I think me personally, since you guys like saying that, all these YouTubeisms, me personally, I don't want to be disingenuous, but it just seems like, I'm not going to say Prince Ella wins again, but maybe she does sometimes, because some of the options, some of the things that she was saying, or maybe there needs to be a certain community of women where they can learn to be efficient and rely on each other, just like how men would go off to fight and go off to war. That's what, or women would go off to be with other men and learn how to, pee in the toilet and actually kill and go fishing and bring home fish for dinner. Whatever that was, that rites of passage, maybe we do need to come down to a certain level of rites of passage on this modern level. I mean, obviously, it would make no sense to do it however it was done back then, because you weren't there, I wasn't there. But to kind of modernize, maybe you do need to be off on a little camp somewhere, wherever this little community is, where they spend time to raise the children and put those nuggets and wisdom and those nuggets of development in the kids that's missing, and let the men go off and be men during that time that they're supposed to be men. Maybe that might need to happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying we don't necessarily need. Hold on. I'm just saying, to answer your question, maybe we don't need y'all the whole time. Maybe y'all don't need us the whole time.
So is that a yes or a no?
I'm saying what I said. I can take your answer.
I'm just trying to figure out if that's a yes or a no. I'm trying to respect what you're saying. I'm just confused if it's a yes or a no.
She said what she said is that maybe it would work and maybe it won't work. We don't know, because I mean, unless you're willing to try it, sir.
Try what?
Because
I'm confused.
What you're
exactly
asking for, this stay away from women stay away from men.
I'm not asking for anything. I'm listening to you.
Well, then we don't know, but to put your answer, it could be possible that it could work, because it could work to the fact that some people may need that. We don't know this. We have never had. When have we had in our society had this kind of community where women didn't need the men on purpose? When we created an environment where we did not need you guys, or we actually access what we actually have right now, is we come together with the environments we presently have, where we don't have you guys here as it is. So we come together with what we presently have now, which is a community where we absolutely almost don't need you guys at a certain time. We need you for obviously procreation, But what if that was the case? What if that was our little community? We take care of the family, take care of the women, we feed
I
you
would
guys.
say cool.
You guys come back and you guys go out into the forest,
But
whatever you do, and come back and
I just
procreate
would
and make
like,
more warriors.
I would just like it to be clear cut.
But you're not here for
Like
in-house pussy. That's not the case. What you guys are leaning towards is the in-house pussy, sit at home and don't do shit all day. What if your job was to be away from the household, the family altogether like that, and the women take care of the compound? What if that's what you? Well, we
That's
don't
how
need
it
you
was
guys.
until
Okay, so I'm saying what
feminist
I'm not
movement.
saying. Go. Okay, but maybe the feminists obviously don't hear it with both your ears, Dark Lake. Is that hey, we can't go back to 19 whatever the fuck it was because we weren't there. But if you modernize that same kind of thought and you came into right now, Dark Lake, there would be no women for you to have to lay next to when you're gonna wanted to get your wee hard because we would be in our compound and we wouldn't need you unless someone needed to procreate. Because that's the old way it was. We don't need you guys until it's time to have babies or build something that we need you guys. And then you guys go back out to the woods or wherever you guys go and do your band thing. And you come back when we need you guys. Because to answer the question, maybe we don't need you guys the whole entire time.
Yes, thank you. That's all I was looking for. Was
But
yes.
that's
I said that already, but I love to reiterate.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. So let me answer the question. Do I believe Black men and Black women to separate? My answer is no. The ones that are working and is functioning correctly, I want that to remain and be sustained. But the ones that are not, yes, I do think that there should be a separation from that. I just want to answer that question clearly. Everybody
the thing
quiet.
is, what
No, I'm
What Genesis was
I'm
saying
all
is
for it.
essentially.
All I hear y'all dropping some hits right now. Okay.
Wait,
Listen, do you know we would love to have you guys just come in and just do what we need you to do for us, you know?
No, I would want you to be completely separate.
And then go ahead and just
I'm stick to the yes, let's be separate. And the people that want to be with somebody, let them be with them. The people that's all bitter, that's on the fringe,
happening now. That's what's happening now.
Cool.
Happening
That's
now
perfectly
anyway.
fine. It should stay the
we're
same.
not intentionally
So the
doing
fringe people that's all upset need to say they fringe asses wherever they at and say fuck the man.
No, what
let
you're
them be
asking,
out in the jungle,
right? But
or
what
wherever
you're
they
asking
are,
is
and
more
that's cool. I like it.
specific.
It
Is that it's
beautiful.
intentional, right? What's intentional? Remember, Princella gave us 4 options. The second option was know what you're dealing with and deal with the men anyway. The third one option was completely leave y'all alone.
No.
And the other option was
let's
to
stay
deal with
separate.
y'all and stay separate and have our own community. And that might actually work with some places. I don't know. I'm just saying it could work.
I want them wild ass fringe people to say they fringe ass by themselves. You all riled up and whatever. Stay your ass over there.
Terrible.
Hey, MJ, thank you so much for having me on the bounce. It was actually a fun conversation.
Where you going, Dark Lake, with your glasses on? It's nice.
Well, my eyes are fucked up. That's why I've been working a lot.
Well, thank you very much for coming, Dark Lake.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
You have a great day. Peace out, guys.
You too.
Survive.
Wait, how do I leave this? I haven't been in.
It says leave. Around the corner.
Oh, okay.
It says leave at the top of it.
All right. Dark Lake revived. Yeah.
Dark Lake revived.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
but Nidish, I understand what you're saying. You just like listen, the ones who just say fuck it, let's just go, and the ones who still want to work things out, let them stay. But I'm just saying, if you go by the actions that's going on out here, is like, do you believe that we're going down the right road? Do you really think that we're in
I don't like to speak in absolutes, but a lot of people speak in absolutes. I think that if people are being honest with each other, if you want to be separate, just be separate. I think that what I hear from the other side goes the other way also. If you want to leave. Why does it have to be this big announcement? I'm leaving. Just stay over there. Yeah. I don't have to make a big announcement that all these black women is so. I love black women.
Yeah.
And where they going?
Make an announcement like, oh, they're so horrible. These bitches is out of control. We need to. I don't even see
that's
like
that. You know, then you kind of understand what I'm talking about and where my why I said that what we're representing online is a problem, right? Because what we're seeing online is we have black women disrespecting black men, and we have black men disrespecting black women. Does not look like we like each other. Does not look like we love each other. It looks like we literally hate each other more than anybody else, right?
I kind of see a lot of different things. The women that kind of go along with men, they get called pick-me's and mammies, right? Because the black men aren't accountable with them. And then the women that can't stand a man, they the sisterhood, and they didn't pick sides and whatever else. So to me, I don't hear any kind of straight black and white. I hear a little bit of fluidity.
Well, I can agree to that to an extent. And Freezy, how you doing, sir? If that's you.
Yeah, that's me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I appreciate you for inviting me up.
Yes, thank you. The reason why I brought you up, sir, is because as you see, the title of the stream is, the hypocrisy in the YouTube streets. I just think that Black YouTube is making a fool of themselves. It doesn't look good. They don't care about their reputation, whether we have a good one with us, whether we can work with each other, whether we cannot backstab each other, whether we cannot swindle each other. It's just a lot going on. So I was just doing a rant. I don't know if you just came here or if you was able to rewind what I was saying before, but what is your take on what we're talking about right now in reference of separating Black women from Black men and that?
Separating Black women from Black men?
Yeah.
Nidus asked the question again. Nidus asked the question. Where was it, Nidus?
Yeah, it was Nidus, yeah.
Which question about do women feel they need to be completely separate?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking, but I hear here that it's differences. I hear somebody's really strong about fluidity because she didn't give me a clear cut. Yes, F you. And then I heard MJ sound like she still has hope. So it's not even clear here.
Well, I don't want to. The thing about it is, I don't want to condemn successful situations between Black men, Black women, whether it's working with each other, whether it's building a family with each other, marriage or relationship. I don't want to condemn them to say that they don't exist, right?
And
because
I hear the hope in you.
Foolish.
I hear the hope in you. And then I hear somebody else appear that I don't know quite clear yet, but it sounds a little like, I'm not sure. I don't want to point no fingers.
Nah, she's just
point. I'm the only other up here to point the finger at.
No, whoever that is that's yelling the most, you. I'm just not clear on what you're saying. You kind of saying, y'all be out there until we need y'all to bang and build some shit. So that
is what I said. I said I didn't say no complete separation. So if you want to use your exact verbiage.
So
complete, I'm not going to agree to complete because we have all understand that there's no such complete. So that would be a false question. That would be a whole. That would be an inaccurate question.
Done with y'all.
But you're still not completely done with men. Especially if you have a son before you say that. So you're not completely done. I'm saying to what the suggestion was is that, well, what about the harmonious balance of the women who feel like they don't need to be Velcroed to the other person every day of their life, and the men that prefer to be with their boys more than with their women. Why not just accept that balance and say, hey, guess what? We don't need you until we need you. For the women who do that anyway, they presently do it now. They got you in their phone as dinner. I mean, they call you when they call you anyway. I'm just saying the intention of it being an intentional move altogether. That would create a community. We don't know. That's all I said. That's why I said I don't know.
That's a good thing that some man is in somebody's phone as dinner and some
we already know that that's how it is. If you
whether we know
if you got a side piece or two, you in the phone is somebody else, so you're not Nidish in the phone too. So let's stop with that. Anybody who's dealing with that, let's just stop with that.
Let's get Mr. Freezy, or that was Mr. E Black.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, y'all.
Yeah. Let me. Well, go ahead, Freezy.
Oh, that's what it is. E Black has your picture. I'm confused.
You know
that? Put your picture back
know. Yeah, it looks like it's you at the top. Yeah, it looks like he has your picture.
Hold on, let me take that down.
Oh, okay. That's it's covering him. All right.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
My bad, E Black. I apologize.
You can't see him.
That's all
there
right.
He is. There he is.
Oh. All right, Mr. Freezy, you can go ahead and enter the conversation.
Okay, well, You don't have to call me Mr. Freeze. You just call
I'm
me.
just trying to be polite right now. I never met you before, sir. So I'm just.
Yeah. I'm just giving you the okay. You don't have to call me Mr. Freeze. You can say Freeze. Yeah, but yeah, I just got off a live stream myself, so yeah, I don't know. I'm glad you caught me up, and I heard Nish and Genesis too talking about it. I want to believe that Black men and women can never separate themselves completely. You know, we need to. That's to me, it's oxymoronic, and you know, we need to. We're gonna have to be together anyway to procreate, right? So that's just to me, it's just a moot point. But on another note, I do feel like the biggest weapon, if used properly, for a Black woman is the Black man. The biggest gun that a Black woman has to shoot is a Black man. Her largest form of protection is the Black man if she has the right gun on her hip. You understand what I'm saying? So I think a lot of these conversations is a result of failed relationships, bad experiences and stuff like that. And to me, the goal is to move forward, making better choices and understanding how to make better choices and who would be good for you, right? And but yeah, as far as Black women separating from Black men, that's never going to happen. To be honest with you, not trying to be funny, I don't even understand why people even have these conversations, because it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I'm one to believe in collectivism. I'm a collective. I always say this on my channel. I'm not a team man dude. I'm not a manosphere guy. I'm not team man. I'm team us. So go ahead.
Question, Freezy. What do team us look like?
Mm-hmm.
Well, team us looks like a team. You know, teamwork, right?
Right.
So you can't use the word to define the word. What does that look like?
I mean, what does that entail?
Right.
Like,
Well, the reason why
how does the structure look?
Right. The reason why I said team, we can define team, right? Working as a cohesive unit, willing participants, people caring about the other person more than they care about themselves, you know, honing in their skills before you even enter into a relationship, on knowing who you are before you enter into a relationship, bringing both sound people into a cohesive unit and working together. That's a team. Right?
Right. So let me ask you a question. Do you think the men in the space, per se, do you think that...
No, I can answer that question. Oh, no.
I can say no to that. Yes, no.
No, I'm saying
me and Freezy both no.
That's an easy answer.
I was okay. So cool.
No, go ahead and ask your question.
I put me off guard with the no real quick.
No, go ahead and ask your question, because I actually want to hear what you got to say.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, that's all right. I was just gonna say, in reference to the team, right? Like you said, bringing gifts and things together to come up with a plan to work with each other.
A cohesive unit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The men in the spaces don't really think that the women have anything to offer, but just bearing children and being pretty much a submissive concubine. So
is that what you hear?
That's what
it's worse than that. You know, you heard it, E-Black.
No. Is that what you actually hear?
Yes, it's worse than that. That was just a nice MJ version.
Give us the Genesis version. Y'all both here.
Okay.
Wait, E-Black, wait 1 second. Give us the Genesis version. We heard MJ is just sweet. That's all. Give us the Genesis version.
The Genesis version? I can tell you what I heard. The streets of YouTube were talking, but you ain't heard nothing from me, child. But they say we're cum buckets, we're used up, we're washed up, we're baby mamas. There's no value, there's no use. Trade to one. What did he say? Trade a 40 in for 220s. I mean, it's just down derogatory lane if you want to just put on your roller blades and get to skating. It's crazy. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Once again, I want to
They
ask you
rather get
guys,
a
is
white
that
girl. They
I
rather
want
get
to
a teenager. Ooh, did I say that? Sorry.
Oh Lord.
I want to be sure you guys are hearing that from the black men who are talking.
Yes. I don't know, E Black,
No,
if you
no, no, no,
if
no.
you
Wait one
heard.
second. E Black, you not hearing this stuff?
No, no, no. I'm being sure. I heard what they said. I'm
No,
just
no,
being
not
sure.
from them. I'm talking about in the space as you go around, as you listen.
No, 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 no. I don't hear what you guys are talking about, but I don't know. Is it the couple of channels that you've been on?
Ooh, not couple. Lord Jesus. Go ahead. Pow pow.
Okay, so I would say is I understand that this kind of conversation might trigger a couple of individuals, but we are not going to act like we do not hear egregious things being spoken about women in these spaces. And it's not only just spoken about women of men who don't have women. These things are said with men who are in full-on marriages and full-on relationships, long-term relationships. So we don't have to gaslight. Like this is what it is. Like, we heard that women are not intelligent, women are not logical.
Oh, fuck your degree, right? Oh, you got a basket
Women are
weaving.
emotional, like, so again, if I'm going to tally up all the things that are said about women as a collective, you're pretty much saying that we're just walking, talking incubators that you wish would just keep our mouth fucking closed. I mean, that's just what it really is. Really,
And
like,
make you a sandwich.
Yeah.
Right? Make you a sandwich.
I understand. I understand your frustrations.
Don't do
I would
that.
only
See, are you
suggest.
hearing the same stuff?
Yeah, I would hear that. But the only suggestion I would say is that make sure that you grab the video, record it, phone screen it, and then say those statements. Because from my experience, I do not feel that way, and my experience, I have not witnessed that.
Okay, so for your experience, you haven't witnessed that.
Yes.
That's cool.
And trust me, I'm probably the most experienced person on this panel.
Oh, here we go.
But that would be contradicting. Hold on. That's like that contradicts yourself that you have so much experience, but yet you have not heard a single black man on the YouTube spaces that you've been in on those few little channels that we ran around that we've circled together called a black woman a cum bucket or a
Respectfully, I've heard all of those things.
Exactly. So you can't sit here. You gonna turn off the gas and the lights, call the electric company and the gas company. What are you doing, E Black? You've been there.
No,
You
no.
heard
What
it.
I'm saying,
That's crazy.
is,
You can't tell me that you said the barbershop and ain't heard nobody call no black man, call no woman no bitch or no hoe. Sorry, MJ. But
okay,
seriously, go get your hair cut and you ain't heard a woman man call a hoe. Stop with the jokes. This is not
okay,
the
and trust me, I understand what you guys are saying. Trust me, what I hear is I empathize with what you guys are saying. I just want to remind you guys, even on today's panel, you guys said derogatory statements towards black men. I would still
what does
not
that have
class.
to do with what you not hearing
Okay,
anybody saying
okay.
anything like
I never.
that?
Okay,
But
and
I'm
once
sorry, because
again,
that has nothing to do with you not acknowledging or hearing it.
My Genesis.
Oh my
I'm
God.
being fair. I'm being fair to both sides. I'm
No one
really
asked for
saying.
fairness. We asked, did you
I
ever hear this?
understand.
You
Hold
gaslighting
on,
right
hold
now.
on. I'm understanding that there may be fringe individuals who may say egregious stuff, but the core to the issue is still the same. The black man does not want submissive, does not want the docile individual. That has never been a black man talking point. The black man has never
But they
wanted a
say it
woman who
though.
has not been able to take care of herself. The black woman, the black man, this is not something. Hold on,
What
hold
are you
on. And
saying?
nowhere in history can you find
That's
a
a
black
lie. When
man.
they say I go get a white woman that's gonna do what I say because I want a submissive woman, when they specifically say I'll go get a white submissive woman. And how can you say that when you literally have lit that? What? You have not been on YouTube in the last 24, 48, a month, week, hour. You have not been on YouTube As many times as I've seen you on YouTube, you're telling me you have not heard this?
I've literally heard people
You
say
just said you didn't witness it.
Hold on. I repeat, I've heard people say egregious stuff. But once again,
you just
the
said you
core
didn't. You
group
haven't.
of individuals and the core conscious value that men bring to this space do not believe in that.
Okay. Again,
I can hold on. Hold on.
No, wait. E Black, let me finish. I'm going to have to agree to disagree with that. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not trying to, stray your opinion, but I'm just staying on the basis of me being in this space for almost a year and a half. The things that I have seen, the things that I have heard, even things that have been said about me.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot. So this is not only me hearsay. This is also my own personal experience. That's being disingenuous. Mm-hmm. That the things that are being said about women.
I never said that. I didn't hear people say things.
You said you didn't witness it.
I am talking to the collective group of individuals. A man can create a YouTube channel with a Dollar Tree Android phone. Does that make him the collective of all Black thought?
I don't think that's even what they said.
That's even what exactly. Thank you, Nish, because that has nothing to do with the price of tea in goddamn China. We're not even talking about that. You're trying to conflate with that YouTube term you guys like to use. We're not even saying anything like that. Like I said earlier, that has nothing to do with what you have witnessed and have seen and have been a part of. Had you been on a panel or been in a chat room or been observing a show where a Black man has called a woman in one of these derogatory terms that we told you, and you're saying, I have not witnessed such a thing at all in my whole existence on YouTube.
I never said I never.
Okay, so you've been around and seen it.
I've never said that I
heard
never
it. It's been on top
of
you, around you, and everything. Stop with the joke.
No, I never said I never witnessed that.
You said you never witnessed it. Rewind the tape. You just did.
Okay.
You said it two or three times.
The better question is, how large is the fringe?
Yes. Do you guys believe that the fringe is bigger than the
beyond YouTube? Yes, because if you haven't known my story, and my story is very transparent, my ex person that was in my life of a significant amount of time in my life, actually Kevin Samuels came out of the TV and onto his life and into his practice. And he was surrounded by friends who all high-five each other on the things that the Nanosphere and Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fish was agreeing on. So they're outside high-fiving like, sure, domestic discipline, that works. Let's slap a bitch. Sure, Nish, give me a high five. Just to give you a tad bit transparency, the shit went beyond the streets of YouTube and out of my computer and off of my phone and off my tablet and into practice in real life.
I have a question for that.
Wait, for 1 second. Let me read this comment by Nice Charm. So because they heard Black men say negative things about Black women, that speaks for Black men as a whole. See, this is what I don't like. Mm-hmm. I don't like gaslighting. Mm-hmm. And I don't appreciate it, because clearly up here, I didn't say that every single one. And clearly up here, I was very fair that Black women was doing it too. I was talking about the community. It wasn't a gender thing. So get out your feelings, please.
And then the other thing about this whole social media thing, who's being serious in the conversation and who's trolling? Mm-hmm. So you always got that aspect.
We don't know anymore, and
the goal is for you not to know.
Right, exactly, and that's why I said that we are our own problem, because you can't even distinguish anymore. Can you? Can you really distinguish who is actually being genuine and giving real criticism?
Yes, yes, you can.
I say no.
No, I think you
can say I agree with Nish, because how would you know anytime that I've said hi to you in your chat that I wasn't there on the bullshit?
Because I can spot a fake nigga from a far away, because I'm a real nigga. Like I know what a fake nigga gonna say. I know what a buster gonna say. I know what a simp nigga gonna say. I know what these niggas is because I live a real fucking life.
You the fake nigga spotter? You have
yes.
Oh my God!
I spot them out every time.
Every time.
Every fucking time.
Then you know what? You need to get you a little with that little scan QR code so we can scan you and call you exactly the moment we see a guy that could be potentially a fake nigga.
Come on now, Freezy. We all know who these niggas is, right?
Listen, hate. Look at the manipulation
no,
that's
I
going
wanted
on.
to
Why
include
would you
Freezy.
yell out one man name when there's two men up
No,
here?
I wanted to
The
include Freezy. Hold on. I was being panel etiquette. I heard Freezy has not been included in conversation. I know he has a lot to say. I would like him to hear his voice. Nidish, I know you gonna say something, so it is impossible to not
Wait
include.
a minute, 1 minute, one second, E Black. Let me see if I can pull my SIM card. Hello, Black Beauty.
Lord.
Go ahead, Freezy.
Mr. Freezy, you can go ahead and speak. We've been talking for a while.
Well, of course, E Black. I mean, we both know that. I mean, from the top down, from the top down, you're gonna run into those type of men frequently in this space, right? But I mean, let's just talk about the hard truth. The hard truth is the majority of this space like confusion. The majority of this space like messiness. Those are where most of the people flock, and those are the live streams that accumulate the most numbers. It's for a reason. And so once you realize that, you're going to have to just make a conscious effort to say, do I actually want to participate in a lot of this hoopla on a consistent basis? I mean,
yeah, I agree.
So
I agree, and that was my point, because now we have, if you like, I don't know if people read the title, they probably just clicked on, but literally I just said Black YouTube, and you just pointed out exactly what I was saying, that in Black YouTube, a lot of the toxic degeneracy is promoted, and in fact is accepted and respected because it garnishes money. And then when we talk about the negative impact of the things that we do online, we chuck it up as it's just entertainment. We chuck it up as, well, everybody else does it. It's not perfect in anybody else's community. We say all these excuses as to why we are acting bad or poorly online, but then say that we don't act or conduct ourselves offline. And then also to be disingenuous that the way how we perform online does not transcend offline. It does. So that's
so do you think it's life imitating art or art imitating life?
Exactly.
It's life imitating art. Because now when I see online this is the art, right? The art of being degenerate, the art of being toxic, the art of harming people, the art of doxing people, the art of so many things, plethora of things. This is the art, and is affecting people outside. It can affect people's livelihood. It can affect people's households, their situations with their relationships or marriages. And to pretend that it doesn't have an effect, I think that's foolish.
And this is my opinion, and I've always said this, but y'all don't listen. I really want to challenge the women of this space. Stop taking the easy road with these bum ass niggas who are homeless, literally homeless, who have not worked in the last 365, who have not had any relationship in the last 365. You guys are flocking to these individuals because they will really pander to you guys, and you guys are not willing to say, you know what, this dude over here, he's raised kids. This dude over here, he's done the work. He's living the life. But you guys don't want to talk. You guys want to argue with the bum ass niggas. And guess what?
I think
Black, what about the part about the life imitating art or the art imitating life?
Right. Can we finish the question over here, Nidish? Yeah. I think it was more life imitating art.
Y'all have to really take more ownership.
But no, E-Black, you have to kind of stop like projecting, because again, that is not the case in every situation. You swear up and down that it's just all these women are just going after these men with horrible a character and everything like that, and they're intentionally do it, and that's not the case, because I'm sure you have been in relationships before that the woman could have been toxic and that wasn't the right choice for you to date her, but you wouldn't say that you went out there searching for her either. So we need to stop with the projection.
Is that a possibility, Black, since you run away from art imitating life and life imitating art?
Thank you. Can we get back to that?
No. Let's hear this one though. Have you dealt with a toxic one?
Hold on,
and you wasn't going to look for a toxic
I see what you're doing, but Nidish, this is a clear example of what I'm talking about. But yes, we can talk about that. Go ahead.
No. First, I asked about the life imitating art or art imitating life, but then you went off into whatever, and then she hit you with the.
I went into reality,
projecting.
Right.
No. Okay, so in reality, it's not a minority of us that's already on the effery, and we are bringing it online.
Exactly. Thank you.
Are we talking about personality traits?
Period. What are you doing? There's a bunch of people that's about to fuck shit, bringing it online. Is that true or not?
Personality traits, or are we talking about actual individuals who have actually can produce quality conversations based on discord and actual factual message?
No, we're not talking. No one said any of that. We're saying that there's people online that are about bullshit. There's people in real life that are about bullshit. Can you just crack the egg first? The first thing was, is it life imitating art or art imitating life? We didn't. You avoided that.
I definitely think that these individuals who are in this space are imitating their real life and projecting it as art. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Right. That's what MJ was saying. It's art. Because they're bringing their life, their real lives into a space where they can pretend to be whatever the fuck this is.
But once again, my first premise of my statement was I would like for the women to take accountability to stop fucking with niggas who do that shit.
Well, the other half of the question is, what about the life imitating art part? Like, is this real life?
You're right.
Is it real life issues? People out here, and these people are actually real life people. Before the internet, you all or everybody had those friends around them, that family member that was just on some bullshit in real life. Everything around them was on some bullshit. Could that be that person just kind of transferred into the internet, and now they are an internet person that's full of shit? Because in real life they're full of shit. Everything about them is full of shit. We know folks like that, because if that's the case, then that means they are real life, and in this world they're creating some sort of facade. You guys remember the movie Program? Remember when the guys laid in the middle of the street because in the movie they saw they weren't going to get hit, but folks are getting ran over on the double lines? Like, people act like these are actually real fuck people out here that's looking for the bullshit, inspired by the demonic movement and the degeneracy, and they want to bring it into the internet. Or people just pretending, and they're really not like that in real life. They're just this really wholesome, wonderful person, but online they're just for the fuckery.
But even in that, that's worse though, right? Because even in that, if that would be worse. If you're completely different offline and then you come online to be the most degenerate individual that you could possibly be, right? Like, you fulfilling your whole fantasy of being the arch what is it, the arch enemy or whatever, the villain. That's even worse, because that's what's being shown to billions of people. You're not showing them that you have character, you have good standing, that you treat your family well, that you go to work 9 to 5 and stuff like that, or whatever, own a business, or you go to your community board and you try to help you out your community get new street lights or something. This is what people are not seeing. Mm-hmm. What they're seeing is you're out here dragging everybody. You're out here dragging your fellow man. You're out here dragging the women that you're supposed to procreate with. This is what they're seeing. You're out here saying, fuck them kids. You're out there saying, leave these kids destitute with their single mothers. This is what they're seeing. I will agree. There are a lot of men who are attracted to this space. There are married men who are married to black women, and they will say the most egregious shit. I will agree with you on that. Yes, and I appreciate that. So yes, they do. And that's what I'm saying, because I even heard a man who is married talk about his wife in the worst kind of way. And to my point is, it's like, well, damn, if that's the case, why did you marry her?
Maybe that's the best he can do, and he has no voice outside. He can't say that to her.
Yeah.
But when we hear stuff like that, guys, why do we want to get married? Hence the rate going down. When we hear you guys talk like that, why would we want to choose anybody?
Oh, no.
That speaks volumes because that speaks volumes. Women kind of act like police officers. You guys all look the same after a minute. When the bullshit
it's the
starts
same
coming
the
out.
other way around, though. It goes both ways. But I want to focus just on this side, so I'll stay on this side.
It does go both ways. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but I want to stay on this side. Since we're on this side, I'll just stay on this side.
Why? We can go back and forth.
They can't do that. Their brains don't work like that, remember?
We can go back and forth, Nish. It's all right because a lot of things.
Genesis is my favorite. She know how to throw the little jabs in there. No. E Black, you believe that? No. I want to stay. No. I want to stay right where they are. If they want to just make it,
hey, Nidish, can I pick your beard?
Of course,
you got a beard pick.
Of course,
you don't have a beard pick.
Lord,
I just want to pick it. Go ahead. I'm being silly, y'all. Go ahead.
So, Freezy, you've been a little quiet, sir. I know it's probably late. What would you like to see in the space? Do you think that what you're seeing in the space in the sector is good? Are we on the right trajectory? Or are we on the wrong trajectory? What would you like to see?
Well, I think the initial intentions was to cultivate healthier families and stuff. I think that was the initial intention. With this space, it kind of trickled down from irresponsible guys who were putting together shows and podcasts that was just trying to get clicks and views. They had conversations about relationships and stuff, but just like the Lapeef Network, they set it up like they was having conversations about relationships, but a lot of it was, gotcha moments and stuff like that. And then a lot of people mimicked that format because they felt like that was a blueprint, But no, I think this space is, you could get some jewels here and there out of it, but as a whole, I think it's very toxic and I think it's very unhealthy. I don't think people are actually looking for solutions. You just have to tell the truth. That's the only way we're going to get better. I've never been the type of man that will curtail to the majority for fear of not being accepted. I don't even live my life like that in real life. I really don't give a fuck. I mean, to put it bluntly. And so, I do want to see better relationships and I want to see better results. I think one of the major setbacks is we've lost the art of communication. Like, Black men don't know how to communicate to Black women. And I think that Black women have bought into this notion that they can't trust Black men. And so that caused a division. But I think that as a Black man, we should do better with communicating to Black women, even if it gets frustrating at times, and understanding Black women's experience. Because at the end of the day, the Black woman, and I just believe this, and some Black women might not believe this, but mentally and spiritually, I do believe that Black women do need protection because as a whole, they are the weaker vessel. They're more vulnerable out here in society, right? I'm way more equipped to defend myself against an intruder than your average woman. I think Black men need to take that into consideration when dealing with Black women. We should be more patient and we should be more understanding as far as what a woman has been through and her makeup. So yeah, I think that most Black men in this space do not ascertain that ability because they wasn't raised like that at all either. And people talk against therapy. I'm in avid supporter of people going to therapy. It's a lot of machoism going around too in this space. I don't need therapy. I got it all together. I'm the most important person in the room. No, you're not. You know, and these are the type of conversations I like to have, the shit I'm talking about right now. All of that bullshit about black women ain't shit, they the black man downfall, and black men, we can't trust black, you're never gonna get nowhere. You're never gonna get nowhere. So, and plus it's bad for my spirit. I'm a spiritual dude. I don't like, But yeah, I am gonna exit because I only got an hour and a half worth of sleep. And
Yes.
but yeah, I won't be a stranger, MJ, and I really appreciate you bringing me up on your panel. And I do want to say this before I leave. I appreciate you because I did see Sharon's panel, and I watched a large bit of it. I want to say I appreciate you and your take on that. I was shaking my head, yeah. The majority of the time you were speaking, I was like, yeah, she get it. She get it,
I
But yeah.
appreciate you, Freezy. Thank you so much for coming. Enjoy your rest of your night and have a wonderful day tomorrow.
Yeah,
Salute,
and
Freezy.
and shout out to Nish and E Black and Genesis. And God bless y'all. I'll see y'all later.
Have a good
Hey,
night.
Freezy, I like what you got going on over there, man. I don't get enough to tell you.
Well, you
that.
need to
yeah,
come by
Freezy
then,
show a
nigga.
spot.
I'm just playing. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
playing.
Man, I can't be everywhere, man. Shit.
Night is go when he go when he could go.
All right. I'll holler at y'all later.
All
Have a
right.
good
Take
night.
care. Have a good one.
Okay, you too.
All
But E
right.
Black, on the trust thing, you don't think the lack of
Ooh.
trust goes both ways?
Mm-hmm.
In what situation?
The one we just talked about like 3 or 4 minutes ago.
You talking
That
about
Freezy
black
just
women
was
and
saying.
black men?
Yeah. Well,
Um,
period. As black people in this country, in our situation,
Thank
after
you.
what we've been through, just trust, period.
Yeah, I don't think both. I think both sides have valid reasons not to trust each other. I can say that.
Mm.
But I mean, like, even man to man, woman to woman, and woman to man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Both sides do have a reason not to trust each other, right? I'm not gonna just say no. Women ain't out here doing the most. We are, and so is men, and that's what my biggest problem is. It's like is no real let's not be doing the most to each other anymore, and this is why when I made the statement earlier about me believing that people have given up, that's the reason why I feel about it, because it seems like it goes to 0 to 100 off of the most simplest things, like what Freezy was saying. Communication is so bad that one word or one phrase can start a whole war, a whole gender war, a whole, and it gets really, really ugly. And to me personally, I just don't see it getting better. It's just only getting worse. And I think that we're getting more desensitized on how to respect each other, whether if it's offline and online. And it seems like it's worse online because there's that protection level, because you're in front of a screen and I'm in front of a screen. So you feel comfortable, right? Then we have people who don't cam up, who are under avatars, who is under certain names. There's another protection level there. So that allows them to just, act on their deepest dark thoughts.
Yeah, and I agree. I think the important thing to do is to understand if you're walking into a situation and not really having an absolute plan. Like, for instance, MJ, you may tomorrow want to go to a panel and discuss things, but if you don't have a plan, I want to discuss as MJ the plight of Black America, and you go to a panel that's talking about somebody cheating, you got to understand that message is not going to be clear. I think we all have these things that we want to talk about, but the platform does not well suit it because, let's be honest, people don't really care. about the deep dark issues. We want to care about the fuckery. So what we do is mask a lot of our issues and what we want to talk about within the fuckery.
And that literally goes back to why I did this live stream. That's
Yeah.
me pulling out the hypocrisy, right? Because we do have a lot of people who, talk a good game about family, about Black love, about Black unity, about, supporting and taking care of their brother, holding their sister down. We have all these talks, but the actions that is literally occurring online says different, that they don't care. In fact, they will like the separation, they will like the confusion because it garnishes money. It garnishes a good amount of money and entertainment and I don't know, like to me, like I said, this is YouTube high school for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something that I think we all have to navigate. We all have to navigate what we want to put out versus what the people actually want to have and the audience they're wanting. I trust me, I've had hundreds of people in my lives before talking about fuckery, and I know what it is. And I've had great shows talking about family life and balance, and ain't nobody there. So
so again, don't that speak to us? Don't that
No, it
speak
speaks to this audience.
it speaks to the audience, and it also speaks to also, like, if I was to say that comment in the first 6 months of me being on YouTube, then I could say, yeah, that's fucked up. But then me being 3 years in the game, I actually understand it. So it's up to me to actually foster that message.
And to me, when I think about it, when I look at these names that's all here right now, I see them in all the places we be at. So it's the same people.
Yeah.
When it's billions of people on here, this is too small a group to say that this is really what it is. But this group right here, they know what they like.
Yeah, they know what they like. Oh
I can
yeah.
understand what you mean about that, Nightish, and this is why you believe that even having a formal conversation where I'm talking about the smallest percentage of this degeneracy outside of what the collective is, that is minuscule, that it doesn't really necessarily mean something that we need to handle right then and there, but I believe that it is something that needs to handle right here and there. There is people, their lives are being affected. Just because this is a small group, there's still people lives that's being affected and harmed. And why not, if you see that there is a need and a fix, why not fix it where you see is at? If you're saying that the majority of the collective is not thinking like this, not acting like this, not conversing with each other like this, then okay, I'll leave. I'll accept that.
I think that the majority is a silent majority and they see it happening around them and they don't want to get involved. They're keeping their heads down, going to work and staying out of the way. But that minority that's doing what they're doing is the loud squeaky wheel. And when they do their thing, they do their thing.
Yeah.
But if the individual, if MJ just be the true MJ and get her message out, I think that's more effective if you don't let the audience sway you, if you don't let them change you into being about the clicks and the likes and the virtual hugs.
I think it's something that you're gonna have to learn how far you're wanting to go, because tomorrow, like let's say tomorrow you want to talk about the disproportionate rate of Black women pregnancies in medical history.
It might be 16 people here, 6.
Yeah.
Well,
but then you say, you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna put somebody on the thumbnail. I'm gonna talk about somebody who I know in the space, and then you get more views. So how you as an individual balance that is really up to you.
Well, that's something I'm not worrying about, right? Because again, I don't care how slow of a progression my channel grows. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about the things that I want to talk about. I don't mind critique, as you can see. I don't mind critique, but just something that's not disrespectful.
You're going to be critiqued though.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
They're gonna be. Listen, if you sway on your ass, MJ. Wait one second, you Black. If you sway 1 centimeter away from what this is, they're gonna be like, see.
No,
see?
I know, absolutely. But that's what I'm not trying to do. Like, I have no business putting nobody on like a thumbnail. Like I don't, I that's not my style, right? I don't really have.
But you know how people hear, they hear in their own way. You don't even have to say anything. They'll just be listening and they'll be like, she don't put her name on it, but that sounds like, look what she doing. Because it's many a time, because you said at first, you know, it was happening like this. Yeah, because at first I was following where I came from. I came from Fight Club in the Black House. So at first over there was, and I said, this is too crazy. I need a break from it. Let me start eliminating some of the effery. And the more I wound down from the people that just was going haywire, then people was like, well, it's kind of calm over there now. It's kind of like, if you see now, it's pretty quiet. People still come around, but it's I've calmed it down, and I appreciate it that way, because then I can get my thoughts out before I put that link out there, and they come up there and they say whatever all the stuff is they think I'm doing that's against whatever it is they want me to say.
I mean, I agree. So that's why I said I don't really mind the slow progression, because like I'm not gonna ever take the route that a lot of other people take. You know, with the
that's because you have a job.
Yeah, stay strong, sister.
No,
stay strong.
It's not only because I have a job. It's just because that's not what time.
No. It's not about you. It's about the other people. The other people. This is the job.
This is their job. This is their livelihood.
So their job is to be messy and degenerate.
Their job is to see whatever brings the most money. If the most money brings, let me put this name on here. Let me clickbait. Let me do whatever it takes to get the virtual hugs, get this dopamine going, because it's only 16. I must have messed up. It's supposed to be like 50, 60 people here. As a matter of fact, why is these numbers staying the same? I've been here for 6 months, and I'm supposed to be going up. Maybe when you see somebody doing the most, they need, I mean, Kendrick said it, but it's kind of true. When you need virtual hugs, and if Drake numbers don't meet the numbers he always make, and they be like first week only 50,000 versus 200,000, he might start losing weight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess, like I said, I'm in a different position than other people. I don't have to take that route, right? I'm not trying to say people should not have a livelihood or they should not have a supplemental income, but I just think that the bigger picture is that if there's billions of people on YouTube who do not have to take this route, why is it something that I personally feel that this is the go-to route for this sector?
And then I'm going to show you some of these other people from that other complexion that's way wilder than us. There's doxing and
trust me, I've seen that
all the way off the hook.
I definitely.
So we just a microcosm of something that's way wilder.
Yeah, I know, but nonetheless, that's not an excuse. I don't want them conducting themselves that way, but if they decide to, it is what it is. I care about my people. I just don't like my people looking like this.
And MJ, this is something that in content creation that you're going to just learn. You're going to learn the balance, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to grow as an individual, to figure out what the perfect thing is, because sometimes we are a little bit ratchet. I'm a little bit ratchet.
There's not a little bit ratchet now. That's undermining the type of ratchetness that's going on in these spaces.
But you understand what I'm saying is that I can play. Look, I play spades. Okay, so I can talk my shit. So, but do I always want to project that? No. But like I said, it's all about how far are you willing to go, and that's fine. If you want to go all the way, if you want to be 10 out of 10 MJ on that shit, go ahead with that. If you want to be 5 out of 10, go ahead with that. But the fact of the matter is to always accept the level that you have, because a lot of these people, they switch. They realize that, and you know what, talking about these books, reading the articles, trying to educate these people, and then they say, fuck that, we're gonna go back to this panel hopping bullshit, and we're gonna do that shit. And that's okay, but live with your decision, because that makes it easy as an individual, because people burn out. and that's just the best advice that I can give you, because I've seen the waves go for the last 3 years, and it's hilarious to me.
Yeah, but do you even think that's wise though? Like, why, if you were doing something that you genuinely want to do and that you are proud of, you wouldn't really necessarily get burned out from it, right?
Yeah, you can get burned out. You can
But
No,
get
you
burned.
you
but
wouldn't
not
get
burnt
you
out
wouldn't
to
get
get.
burnt out if you really being genuine to yourself. But a lot of
Shit,
people
I
don't
can
have
name
a
you
clue.
5 people.
They don't. A lot of people don't have a clue of exactly who they are.
I can
So
name
they
you
Mhm.
being
5 people,
pulled and pushed,
and
and that's where the confusion jumps in. If
man,
you know who you are, it's not a whole lot these people can say that's
man, I
gonna
can
knock
name
you
you a
off course.
lot of people who have tried to play that role and they get burnt out and they gone and they stop doing morning shows and they stop doing this, they stop doing this, they stop doing that because you get burnt out. It's not keep up. You can't keep it up.
True,
Well,
true.
I'm the oldest person up here. We'll see.
Yep. Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm sorry if I'm down in y'all. I'm being a downer. I get this
No, no,
way.
no, no, no. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah,
I just came up here to kick with MJ. I
right.
talked about it one day. I had to come up here and hang
Yeah,
out with
I've
her. I'm
heard
getting
about
I'm
MJ.
getting away
I've
from
heard
y'all
about.
now. I can't
I,
talk to E Black for this long.
yeah,
But
I've heard
yes.
about MJ, but I've never actually
Thank you,
like seen
MJ,
her.
for having me up.
Thanks for
Appreciate you.
coming,
Thank you,
Nidus. I
Genesis, for being your
appreciate
genuine
it.
self. Salute, town business.
Hey, hey,
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Hmm.
Appreciate it, Nidus. All right. So I know you never met me, E Black. So I appreciate you coming. And Jen, I appreciate you coming. I've been on this for almost 4 hours. So I'm gonna like let it hit the hay right now.
yeah.
Any last
Oh.
words before I, end the live stream?
I'm gonna go first, and then I'm gonna let Genesis and you girls have y'all little girl thing going on. Um,
Okay.
but I was serious about like if you need any help from me, I'm one of them type of people. You can just reach out to my Instagram, eblacktv. But other than that, I wish you the best of luck. You actually you're smarter than I thought you were, and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
and like I said, just keep doing what you. However this ends up is however it ends up. But I wish you the best of luck, and shout out to you and your channel, Genesis. It's my first time meeting you, and woo, girl, you crazy. But but salute to you also, and I hope that you don't be a stranger to me also. Okay.
Oh, likewise.
All right. Take
Thank
care,
you so
y'all.
much, Mr. E Black. Have a good night. All right. So, Jen, do you have any last words before I, shut this down? It was a very interesting conversation. A lot of people with very strong personalities came and visit us this evening.
Yes, and no, I just actually came by for support. That was the whole point. But yay, it was cool to actually talk to the guys and some of these YouTubers that we are aware of because we know about y'all in these YouTube streets. But
Mm,
yeah, good call on the gaslighting too because come on, dude. I mean, I don't know. Just that's the most disingenuous thing to be like, okay, I don't even know about this happening and this is happening all around you. And I was pleasantly surprised. Thanks, Dark Lake, for coming by. Wow.
yeah, thank you, Dark Lake, for coming by and not like, shutting shit down. You black
Yeah, bitches. And that's why Genesis, you black bitches. Okay. Whew.
that was
And
cool.
Nida stayed awake. Oh my God, I heard Nida stayed awake. Oh, thank
That
you,
was
Nida.
amazing. And shout out. So yes, definitely shout out everybody who hit the panel. Nidus, Mr. Freezy, Mr.
Oh
E
yeah,
Black,
Freezy.
and Mr. Dark Lake Revive, Jen. I appreciate all y'all coming. Like I said, I know this topic is like, girl, but nonetheless, I still wanted to have it. And I just truly would wish that the space would conduct themselves just a little bit better. That's how I feel. It is what it is. You're gonna do what you want to do regardless. That's cool. But I'm just saying that the world is watching. And also younger ones is watching you too. So that's all I really have to say about it. So if you have anything else, Jen, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the hay.
Have a good night. Good night.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on. DJ Witch Doctor, thank you so much.
Oh yes.
I am so sorry. I completely forgot. And that's not to say that you're insignificant. I just completely forgot that you came up there. But thank you so much, and I appreciate you for coming. And everybody, y'all have a good night. I know y'all gonna have some words for me tomorrow. It is what it is. But I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Good night.
Good night.